What up, what up? This is David from the 5-6 Kings podcast. Hey guys, just Subway doesn't disappoint, ever. Every week, they got something for me to talk about. They don't quit, they won't quit, they can't quit. They're Subway. So this week, girl posted on her TikTok that she got suspended from Subway. And she posted the video of why she got suspended. Her TikTok, if you guys want to look it up, it's at YadaLove07, YADALOVE07. So a guy came into Subway with a gun and, points the gun in her face, comes behind the counter. He's like, give me the fucking money. He's like, give me the fucking money. She's like, no, I'm not giving you the money. He's like, give me the fucking money. And then she fights him off and gets the gun. And, he's, hitting him with the gun, and then he leaves the store. Wild. Because, if you're in his shoes, you're going to rob a fucking, first of all, Subway. How many people pay with cash at Subway to where you think, you're making a ton of money off that one? Go to a fucking cash business or something. But Subway, I've never once used cash at Subway, I don't think. I think I've always used a fucking card there. It's 2021. You're not getting money out of Subway. But she fought him off. He leaves. Also, if you're robbing a Subway with a gun, you gotta fucking kill the person behind the counter. What? Come on. You're gonna let her fight the gun away from you and get the upper? That's crazy. If you go into any business with a gun to rob them, you have to be ready to kill them. Because you're doing armed robbery, you get 20 plus years anyways. Make it life. Just make it life. Just go all out if you're going to do it. But he didn't. She fought him off. He ran off. Subway didn't get robbed. She got suspended. And people are up in arms. People are like, you shouldn't suspend her. She's defending herself. I disagree. Because the customer is king at Subway. You can't have some fucking employee that's wrestling guns away from customers. You kidding me? She's over there just picking fights with every customer that comes in. Because that wouldn't be the last time this happened. It won't be the last time this happened. If they reinstate her, she's fighting a customer day one. Day one, she's like, he's probably got a gun. She's wrestling customers to the ground, finding the gun. Good on you, Subway. You're protecting the customers. And you got to respect that. As a Subway loyalist, as a satisfied customer, got to respect what you're doing. She should be fired. You suspended her. I think that's a half measure. I think you fire her, and I think you publicly condemn her actions. But I don't run Subway. I don't run Subway, but you do. Because you're good enough for Tony Hawk, and you're good enough for everyone listening. And you know what else you're good enough to do, Subway? Good enough to fire this loose cannon hussy and to give us some motherfucking money, Subway. Eat fresh. Thank you. Enjoy this week's episode.
This the Palm Beach County anthem. All my Palm Beach County niggas, y'all put them fucking guns in there and bust them shit. Bitch, I'm from Palm Beach County. This where I'm from. When niggas get gunned down and left like rolls up just for fucking round. This ain't a county for you bitches to come around.
What up? What up? And welcome to another episode of the 5-6 Kings podcast. I'm David Breen. With me, as always, my dear friend and co-host Braden Bullard. Braden. How are you, man?
This is not the county for you bitches to fuck around.
It really isn't.
This is the 5-6-1. And because I'm here, David, I'm fucking doing fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Doing well. It's a quicker turnaround for us than normal.
Yeah.
But, doing well. My week, what a week it was. I worked. Work was normal.
Yeah.
Work was normal. Saturday, I got off, went straight to downtown West Palm, watched Mark Norman do some comedy at the Palm Beach Improv. He's fantastic. He's one of the best comedians in the biz right now.
Nice.
Very good time.
Shout out.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, I just thought, maybe.
Well, don't. All right, don't.
But yeah, how was the rest of the week, David?
It was good enough. There was work, Mark Norman comedy. Florida State, I watched very little of the game, but they lost to Wake Forest, so they're 0-3. That's fun.
Yeah.
Then the Dolphins yesterday.
It's a fucking massacre.
Why Jesse Davis is playing in an NFL game is beyond me. Hopefully, Tua's not hurt for very long. Hopefully, we get him back out there soon. But who knows? Dolphins play everything close to the vest, so we really won't know until Tua plays. Because last year, Preston Williams, every week for the last 6 weeks of the season, he was like, he's a game time decision. And then turns out he had surgery on his foot and definitely wasn't playing that year.
Yeah.
And started the season on the physically unable to perform list this year. So there's no chance he was going to play. But Flores always playing games with the teams. So we have Tua will just play 1 week probably.
And then what do you think happens for the rest of do you think this defines anything for this season? Getting fucked up that bad?
No, I'm glad it happened.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm glad it happened in week 2. Next week's tough. They got to travel out to Vegas and play. That's West Coast road trips are never easy, and Vegas looks good so far.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it depends. Defense played well. They they gave up 35 points, but they didn't play like a defense that gave up 35 points, if that makes sense. The first half and midway through the third quarter, really they gave up 2 big plays, and that was the only difference on defense. They forced turnovers. They looked good. Josh Allen really was never comfortable playing well, so that was encouraging, but they lost 35 to fucking nothing. So,
but do you think they're going to be able to learn from these mistakes? Do you think they're going to be able to capitalize on this loss? I
would hope. I mean, Jesse Davis should not be the starting right tackle. He should be a backup. Leon Eichenberg needs to be out there. But also Austin Jackson at left tackle looked like shit too. Robert Hunt had maybe his worst game as a professional at right guard.
Robert Hunt.
Robert Hunt's a fucking good player. He just
needs to step up his shit.
Yeah, he had his worst game and played next to Jesse Davis for most of it, so that probably doesn't help.
Yeah.
But offensive line, they've made a big investment in the offensive line. A first-round pick, 2 second-round picks, a third-round pick, a fourth-round pick. They contributed a lot of resources to the offensive line. They need to start playing better.
Yeah.
Because it'll suck. And I think I've said this before. It'll suck if Tua comes back and looks good, but it's just the offensive line can't block for him, and that's why the team doesn't win.
Yeah.
I can live with Tua not being the guy, and they got to move on at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I can't live with, they have their guy. We have a good team around him now, but the O-line sucks, so we're not going to win anything.
Yeah.
So we'll see. On to Vegas. We'll see if they can pull out the W.
Fins up.
It'll be nice. And, Jacoby Brissett looked all right.
Yeah.
Devontae Parker dropped a pass in the end zone. Albert Wilson dropped a pass that he would have walked into the end zone had he caught it. Jakeem Grant fumbled inside the 10. Jacoby Brissett came out and played well enough to where if he had help, they could have been in that game. So we'll see. We'll see what they look like with Jacoby Brissett if he starts week 3. Obviously, I hope it's Tua. But we'll see. On to Vegas. Fins up.
Fins up.
Let's get it going. Braden, how are you doing? How's your week?
Good, man. Good. Exciting stuff coming. I'm excited for the future, especially for the 5-6 Kings, because we got so many more exciting movies to do. I mean, look at that. There's so many movies out there. I mean, there's so many of them. I'm just so excited to do all of them. But I don't know which movie we're going to do next.
That's how your week was?
Yeah.
Just thinking about that all week.
Yeah,
man, look at all you're just scrolling the internet. You're like, so many movies out here.
it's part of my hobby. I go home after I get done with work and stuff, and I'm like, I just scroll through years of movies, just like, oh, what was going on in 2001? Like, I forgot what happened that year, and it's like Toy Story or something. I'm like, oh, I forgot about that.
There we go.
And I rewatch, movies from certain years where I'm just like scrolling through. I'm like, fuck, I forgot about these movies. So, guys, do the same. And if you have any recommendations, send them our way.
Send them either email them to the 56kings@gmail.com or DM us.
Yeah.
At 56kings. That's FIVESIXKING.
Oh yeah, S.
56kings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we jumping into this fucking movie or what? Ladies and gentlemen, this week we did the greatest movie in the history of the not really. I'm gonna give it a bad rating, so I don't want to give it this fake thing now. We did Too Fast, Too Furious. It was my choice. Starring Paul Walker, Tyrese Gibson, Eva Mendes, and that's it. Don't say another fucking actor's name.
Not
one of them. It's the second movie in the Fast and the Furious franchise. Guys, I found this really fun fact online earlier that Braden could do it. Braden found this fact and told me before the movie.
I always fuck with David before. He's like, bro, what the fuck? Why don't you save that for the podcast? I mean, don't worry, bro. I'll feed it in again. Universal Studios had 2 different scripts commissioned.
I didn't. We're gonna stop right there because you made it seem like I got angry and freaked out. All I did, he told me what he's about to tell you guys, and I just said, "Yeah, no, that'd be a cool thing to say on the podcast, and I can react to it in real time when you say it." That's all that was.
He's right. All right, so the first script featured Vin Diesel's character, while the second script did not, in case he decided not to return. So I guess there was speculation at that time. I guess he didn't own the franchise at that time or something. I don't know when he... Because I know he owns it now.
Yeah, which that's crazy to me that, he... After the first movie, he decided he was done.
He was...
And now he owns it, and they have the fucking Rock and John Cena.
Which apparently they got beef. I don't know the whole...
The Rock and John Cena?
No. The Rock and Vin Diesel. Apparently they won't even work together. So, a lot of the shots and, fight scenes, they're not even, apparently with each other in those scenes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense.
I guess there's,
Rock is the biggest movie star in the world, but he's in Vin Diesel's franchise.
Yeah.
I could see where ego would come into play there, and it's...
Yeah, it was something ridiculous, too, where there was, a scene in one of the later Fast and the Furiouses where the Rock's, car goes off-road, or Vin Diesel's car goes off-road, and, the Rock shows up to, help him out or something like that, and they just, would not shoot together at all. So, they had to... Which just fucks up scheduling and money and all this shit. Can you imagine? Dude, there's probably 100 people on set, and you're like, no, I can't fucking act with that dude while getting paid millions of fucking dollars. We're going to have to shoot this scene at a different time. We're going to have to shoot it twice. All right, we're going to have to double all your hours, which is, I guess, good for them.
They're we're getting overtime.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, I guess.
They're union workers. They're getting paid out the ass to do that. They're fuck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
They're probably the people on the set are probably throwing
super
little digs.
Happy.
No, they're probably throwing little digs, trying to create that wedge.
Did you hear what The Rock said about you?
Rock, he's fucking talking so much shit. He said your music sucks, man. He's like, you got such a bad, you're never gonna make it in the music industry, and you just stop.
And that there's only one real bald, successful actor in the industry, and that's The Rock.
Yeah,
not Vin. Can you imagine if they make it about the bald heads?
That'd be great.
Yeah. Your bald head's not as shiny as mine.
Neither of them talk like that. What are you adding a southern accent to it for?
Dude, I don't know. I just throw random accents sometimes and shit.
Neither of them sound like that, Braden. Neither of them.
But yeah, it's just crazy, though, that he wasn't even, he wasn't going to be a part of the series at all. And then, somehow flips the whole coin and is like, now I own the fucking franchise.
It's like,
and then hires people he doesn't want to work with, like The Rock.
He's like, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it my way. I'm buying it. Then I bet you, the fourth movie is when he comes back. They do Tokyo Drift after this one, and then the fourth movie, Vin Diesel comes back. Bet you he's like, only way I'm doing it is if I own the franchise.
Do you follow Vin Diesel on Instagram?
No, I don't follow Vin Diesel on Instagram. Hey, does anyone listening follow Vin Diesel on Instagram?
I do.
Crazy. You said that like everyone follows Vin Diesel on Instagram.
He is the most conceited motherfucker I think I've ever followed on Instagram. He constantly has like this post that he does that's called Toretto Tuesday. So he hashtags it.
Maybe I need to start following
That's what I'm
Vin
saying.
Diesel
It's
on
ridiculous.
Instagram.
So he always has his aviators on. And he just starts his video like just smiling, looking at the camera, just another beautiful day. just like ridiculous videos, and it's just always like of himself or like him working out with like terrible form. I'm a big stickler on form, David, and I just think Vin Diesel works out like shit.
Toretto Tuesday.
Yeah, it's like, here we are with another Toretto Tuesday. All my lucky fans, all you out there getting able to witness Toretto Tuesday with me. Toretto, Vin Diesel, just like...
God, that's great.
Yeah, so...
That's great. Does he have a Corona and talk about family?
No, like, literally. Like, I'm not even fucking kidding.
A Corona and he's talking about family?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you know, so you got to follow Vin Diesel if you don't.
Yeah,
you can't miss.
I don't know if I'm going to follow him, but I'll check it out and see if
can't
Toretto
miss.
Tuesday is worth all the hype.
Yeah. He's going to come on with aviators and also in a wife beater.
Of course.
With the cheesiest smile. So get ready.
All right, Toretto Tuesday.
Yeah.
Let's jump into this movie that doesn't have Dominic Toretto in it.
Yeah. Because, you know, everything's better without Vin Diesel.
So, Braden, want to talk money?
Oh,
Want to talk money first?
Oh, man. Do I ever. All right. So the budget.
I want to guess.
Yeah. Come on, man. This is Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah, so it wasn't... This was not
2003.
This was not nearly as crazy as, like... So this movie... What sucked about this movie is that it wasn't as good as the first one.
Mm.
And, like, the later ones aren't good movies, but it's just bananas what's going on in them.
Yeah.
Like, just the shit, like, the action scenes, you're just like, that's fucking super
Let's
unrealistic.
pull Matrix
This one
shit.
felt like it tried to be kind of realistic.
No,
It
yeah,
just wasn't a good movie.
Mm.
I'm going to guess the budget was $40 million.
Higher.
I mean, 50?
Higher.
Is it way higher? Am I way off?
Yeah, a little bit.
80 million?
Close, a little bit lower.
75?
76.
76 million.
76 million.
And
it's like...
I mean, I get Ludacris probably made a big chunk of change off this,
Who do you think, for like actor-wise, like who do you... If you had to guess, like... Because I don't know.
It's got to be Paul Walker.
Right?
You'd think, yeah. But I'd like to think Ludacris made way more than everyone else. We can't do this without Luda. We're giving him more money.
For some reason, I just feel like Tyrese Gibson probably got gypped. He was probably on the lower end, even though he was like the main character that made this film. Like, especially what it was, I feel like. This film would not have been what it was without Tyrese.
Would you think he got gypped if he was white? Are you saying because he's black he couldn't negotiate himself a good contract?
No, that was actually nothing to do with it, David. Damn, David, don't throw that on me.
I think that's subconsciously. You're like, man, they're just keeping the black man down in the Fast and the Furious franchise.
No, because I was in my mind agreeing with you on the Ludacris thing, just thinking like, wow, Ludacris probably just got the money. Like, he probably got like the bigger change. Like, he's the big name. Tyrese is like probably still like this movie. I feel like made Tyrese rather than Tyrese making the film. Even though I personally think Tyrese made the film, but I feel like this movie ended up making him pretty famous.
No, Tyrese in that movie where the girl. He cheats on his girlfriend, and then, like, he comes home in the middle of the night. She's like, you were cheating on me. He's like, I wasn't cheating.
Wasn't that after this, though?
Nah, it was before this. So I wasn't cheating. And she's like, yeah, you were cheating. He's like, I wasn't. She's like, prove it. And he's like, how? She's like, let me smell your dick.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, smell my dick.
Yeah. Come on.
She gets down, smells it, and she's like, all right. Because he washed his dick.
Yeah.
Tyrese gets it. He washes his dick, man.
Yeah.
All right, how much did they make? They make a good chunk of change off this?
Yeah, they fucking
I would
did.
guess, yeah.
They ended up making $236 million
Look at that.
over it, actually.
Look at that.
Jesus.
Over that? What?
$350,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you said it, I was like, it'd be great if it was like they really made like $238. You're like, oh, actually over $236. Yes, they over tripled their investment.
Yeah, right.
You got to be stoked about that.
Yeah.
Eva Mendes. What's she up to now? Eva Mendes in anything?
I feel like for some reason she's on either TV shows or something.
They put Eva on TV?
Her last
one great TV show.
Her last IMDb credit, it says here from 2014 for Lost River.
Look at that.
I
Eva
felt like
Mendes.
she's definitely been in something since then.
I didn't, and that's why I asked. I feel like, is she dead? Oh my God, is she dead?
What?
Is she? How fucking wild would that
No,
be?
it doesn't. It just says here she was born in 1974. For
All right.
so fucking
How great would that have been? I jerked off to her this morning. That would have been the first time that like I know for sure person was dead.
That's crazy.
You know, because like you watch porn videos that are a little like, you know, they're in like Brazil or like some like third world country, and you're like, you know, there's a chance these people aren't alive.
Bro,
it's a good chance. Good chance that girl.
All you
is,
gotta do is
good,
look up
good chance that girl is dead now.
If you go to just do vintage porn, there's probably something from like the fucking 70s or the 80s. Where
Oh, first, but who's delivering the pizza? Well, why don't I suck? I don't have money. Why don't I suck your dick for the pizza? Like, yeah, who's watching that? No, I want to watch. Like, I don't want to understand the language the people are talking, and I want it to be
David's kink right
I want
there.
it to be super aggressive. I want to be like, oh, this has got to stop.
You don't
someone needs to help them.
You don't like gentle,
No,
caressing, loving.
do you?
Yeah,
That's what you watch.
I like married couples.
You watch porn and it's just all foreplay. You're like, oh, this is so good. And then,
I don't like dirty talk. I like sweet talk. I like comfortability talk, just like that. Hey, are you okay?
this all right for you?
Shh, it's okay. I just want someone to like pat me on the back.
I want to feel safe. Yeah, I want to feel safe and nurtured and cared for.
It's okay. There you go.
Let's. What are we looking at ratings wise?
You want my? Here you go. You want my? Oh my god, bro! I can't even do it, guys. I'm talking about breastfeeding at this point. Oh my god! I'm sorry. All right. Okay.
All right.
So awards.
Let's hear 'em.
4 wins, 13 nominations.
Let's just do the wins.
Yeah.
And then I don't have it in front of you. Have it in front of you. If you see a good nomination, throw it out, like Golden Schmoes or the Chainsaw Awards or anything weird like that.
You know what? I wish here's a nominee, but I wish the award show was named different. It's called the Razzie Awards.
Why do you wish it was named different?
I want it to be the Razzle Dazzle.
All right, I can get on board with that. Yeah, Razzle Dazzle. All right, yeah. They fucked up.
Yeah.
Should be Razzle Dazzle.
They were nominated for Worst Excuse for an Actual Movie. Bro.
I really hope this is like a real like I hope that they rent out a venue and do awards at this.
That wasn't the only one.
But like so like I hope that the Razzie Awards like they rent out a theater and do an actual award show, and it's not just like an online like we post them. I hope it's real. I hope like people get dressed up and go to this fucking thing.
Clap. Yeah.
Worst excuse for an actual movie. What else we got?
The other nominee for the Razzie Awards was Worst Remake or Sequel. I mean, they're just taking jabs.
They do not like Too Fast, Too Furious. Also, in 2003, like, how many sequels or remakes came out?
I mean, they're doing for 2004, but
2004, whatever. But
yeah,
like,
but no,
there's a chance there was like 3, and they're just like, we're fucking burying these guys.
That's what I'm saying. Like, for sequels, like, maybe 2 or 3 done
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Bravo Razzie Awards.
Yeah, we appreciate that one. All right, so I guess I'll do the wins now. I don't know if we're gonna be able to top that now.
We will not.
Yeah, all right,
I can't imagine.
Yeah. So first win, Teen Choice Awards. It's for Choice Movie Chemistry. Paul Walker. I don't really movie chemistry.
Paul Walker and
Oh yeah, it says Paul Walker because obviously he's gonna win the award, but it says like in very small underneath and his car.
And his car?
Yeah. So it's for the movie chemistry between Paul Walker and his car, which I don't want to spoil anything, but
Yeah.
he had like 2 or 3 cars in this fucking film.
He doesn't only drive one car this
Yeah.
whole movie.
Yeah. So that was like ridiculous.
That's wild.
Yeah. And it says here movie fight action sequence. So I don't know if that's like another win. I'm guessing it is.
Yeah. There was no fight in this movie where I was like, oh, that was a great fight.
He punched someone. Well, I don't want to spoil anything.
So
anyway.
there's fights in the movie, but
he doesn't really.
But there wasn't one where I was like, oh, that was a badass fight. Like
No,
that,
yeah, exactly.
That's an award-winning fight right there.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so another one is for the BMI
Academy Awards.
No,
Oh man, it's crazy.
the BMI Film and TV Awards.
Mm-hmm.
The
Body Mass Index.
Doesn't say for I was just about to say, was this for Body Mass Index? Yeah, most shredded dude on set. I don't know what the fuck he won. Doesn't say what he won.
Oh, who is it?
David Arnold. Okay, no, it says here music award.
Okay, it's David Arnold, whoever.
Yeah, he must have done that score.
Yeah, the score wasn't that great.
Yeah,
They played some Luda.
dude, no. So
Played a lot of Luda, actually.
nothing about the score. Just the Luda, and there was someone else, maybe like DMX or someone. It was some of their like.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. There was a couple like good songs at the very beginning and the end where I'm like, oh, dude, this totally sets me up for the movie. Like it does get me in the fucking movie.
You're like, all right.
Yeah. But the other win is the MTV Movie and TV Awards for some reason in 2017, and it is the MTV Generation Award for the Fast and the Furious. I guess it's for all of them up to that point.
So that's not a fucking. That wasn't this. We're not giving it to this movie.
Yeah, but there's one more win. Oh no, that's a nominee. I'm fucking it. Yeah, that was it.
All right.
Yeah.
Kind of waffled through that one at the end. You started off strong.
Well, fuck it. So there was a nominee for MTV Movie and TV Awards for Breakthrough Male Performance. Guess who?
Tyrese.
Nope. Which I would have got. That's what I would have thought.
So that's how excited you got.
Yeah.
Made me think it was because you were.
Well, I got excited for you.
It made me think.
Yeah.
It made me think that you looked this up before. This is where my mind went immediately when you started reading that. When you said breakthrough, I was like, it's gonna be Tyrese. Braden looked it up before, and that's why he talked about this being a breakthrough performance for Tyrese,
think
so he could then announce it's Ludacris.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
of course it's Ludacris. Yeah. He was great. Guys, Ludacris was phenomenal in this movie.
Yeah.
And also, in the beginning, you think this is going to be a Ludacris movie.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it's all Luda, and you're like, oh, is fucking Luda going to be starring in this? Like, he's a like side character. He's in a few scenes. But in the beginning, you're like, oh, this is him.
Got a sick fro.
Yeah, you got the fro, and then it's in cornrows later.
Yeah.
It's Luda being Luda.
And you can't ask for anything more than that.
You really can't.
Especially, like, this isn't that much farther after, was it Chicken Wings and... It's like his first album, one of his first albums. It's like Chicken Wings and Ass or some shit. And it's just like him eating a chicken wing with a bunch of asses around his face. It actually was the first album I ever held in my hand. The first cover of anything I ever touched. And yet, like, you have to imagine, I'm like maybe like, I don't know, 6 years old. Like, some of your earliest memories. Maybe I was a little bit older. Maybe I was 8.
I think you've probably held a CD in your hand prior to this.
I think I held
it in your hand, like not
a CD. I think I might have held like a what's it called, like a
vinyl,
a
like
vinyl.
a record?
Yeah, like my parents had vinyls like growing up. I think I held some of those, but I never put it on and like listened to it.
Yeah.
Like, this was like the first CD I ever held where I was like, oh, let me put this in and fucking bump it. It's like some of the craziest rap too. I mean, it's all about chicken wings and ass and Ludacris shit.
Yeah, it's ludicrous.
Yeah, it is
ludicrous.
It is ludicrous. Yeah, exactly. So, Luda, I just want to say, man, if you're listening, shout out to you. You helped shape my childhood, probably for the worst.
I strongly disagree. Strongly disagree. Had you followed Luda more, I think you'd have been better off.
Yeah, you're probably
Where
right.
you went wrong is you strayed from Luda.
yeah.
You strayed from Luda and you fucked up.
In the beginning, I was a fan, and then I was like, I don't know. I need to be more of a religious man, more morals.
More of a man of God.
Yeah. Started to sway, and now I'm seeing, like, man, I should have stayed on the Luda path.
All right, let's go to reviews.
Oh, fuck. So, well, David, what did you give? You want me to give the reviews first? Or you want
Are
to?
you kidding me? When have we ever done our reviews before we've read the ones online?
I think we did a couple times. I don't know.
No, every time you ask me and I say no, read the online ones first.
Okay. All right. So, IMDb gave it a 5.9. It gets
fair.
worse.
That's fair.
It gets worse. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 36.
Also fair.
Voodoo, because it's usually Metacritic, but now it's Voodoo. They fucking praised this movie, and they gave it a 4.4 out of 5.
Are you kidding me?
I swear to God. And it gets,
They give it a B plus.
Yeah.
With an 88%.
yeah. Guess what Google gave it?
Google, they gave it a fucking 9.5. I love this movie. Paul Walker and Tyrese, they just crushed it.
So is that like a percentage-wise? Because they go by percent for Google.
What would 9.5 out
95.
of 10 be? There we go. All right.
So you gave it a 95?
Yeah, that's my guess.
They gave it,
real quick.
or they gave it. Your guess for them is they give it.
Is it like a round number in the fives like that, like by 5 or 10?
Yeah, or 0.
But so like it's round. It's not like 87%.
No,
It's a number. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm guessing 95%.
It's 90.
90. It's fucking wild.
I think that might be one of
That
the
is
highest Google ratings too out of any of the movies we've done.
Wild.
Yeah. Beats like almost every fucking rating.
So guys, there was somewhat of a story.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I gave it a 4.3 out of 10.
Holy shit, David.
I think it's better than Rambo in the sense that like there's some kind of story. There's a like him and Tyrese don't really trust each other. They got to rebuild that friendship type deal. It followed some of the story from the first one, like in that sense, I had to give it more than Rambo. But this was not a good movie. I love it. It's entertaining. I'm gonna have fun doing this, but it's not 4.3 out of 10 is what I gave it.
Well, David, I'm just a little higher than you. I give it a 6.3.
There you go.
6.3.
D minus.
Yeah.
That's a D minus. Yeah, not a good movie. If you're gonna watch all of the Fast and the Furious movies, watch it. Other than that, I think you'd be fine without seeing this in your life.
Yeah.
I think hearing 5-6 Kings talking about it, I think that's good enough.
Oh,
Like you'll get the picture.
yeah. Absolutely, you will.
All right, so we jumping in or what?
I think we should dive in.
Oh, let's dive in. We should drive in. We should drive.
God damn it, David.
So it starts. We see the Universal logo, but here's the thing: it's got spinners and hydraulics, and starts doing like, and then like drives through. It's the Universal logo we all know and love.
Yeah.
On hydraulics. Great start.
Come on, like can't beat it.
Great start. So now we're into the movie now. There's people there. They're riding in a truck and they're closing off roads, putting up road close signs and cones.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be racing on it, so they want to stop people. And like where they're doing it, it's very unrealistic. Like the race goes past the American Airlines Arena. They're in Miami, by the way. It goes past the American Airlines Arena and like just busy areas down in Miami.
That's what I was
where
thinking.
there's no way they could just go and put road close signs and
Yeah.
cones and do a street race.
Like, dude, if you're just driving down the street, you're like, get this fucking cone out of
Yeah.
here. The road's fine. They're not doing any construction. I need to get to work.
Or police officer. Like it's such a busy, like it's downtown area. Like driving by and be like, I don't remember.
It's such a congested
all
place.
these
There's
roads being
police.
closed.
Yeah.
Like calling on, be like, hey, Is Biscayne closed? Like, did we close Biscayne Boulevard? And someone would be like, no, we didn't close it.
There's
Like,
really
well,
knockoff signs and stuff. I don't know if it's, like you would just be suspicious, I feel like, you know?
for sure.
Yeah.
So Luda gets on the phone. He asks Jimmy. We don't see Jimmy, but he asks Jimmy what the status is. And then says, it's going to be an all time of the night. Guys, there are so many. I've maybe more quotes than I've done in any other movie. I have for this. That's so quotable. It's so great. Now, Lakeview Terrace had way more quotes, but this is up there.
But like you're so in the vibe already with Ludacris. You're just like, oh man, I want to see him the whole movie.
It's gonna be an all timer.
Yeah,
It's gonna be an all timer. You're like, all right, I'm in. So now we go through, and there's a black guy leaning up against his car, and his girlfriend pulls the pick out of his fro, and he's like, "Oh, come on, baby." She's like, "I'm sorry." Shows this really good-looking Asian girl, and she's like, "There's some girls like shining up her car," and she's like, "All right, ladies, ready to go." And shows a Spanish guy, and he's got like two Spanish girls there, and he's grabbing both of their asses, like he's got an ass in each hand.
And like, I was thinking when I saw it, I'm like, man, I wonder if this dude watches this back like 10 years from now, just like, yeah, that was a nice ass grab.
Absolutely. So it's the Spanish guy. It is. I don't recognize the Asian girl, or the black dude looked recognizable.
No, they all
I
look...
don't know what he was from. The Asian girl is racist. It's racist what you were about to say. She is not recognizable in anything else. It was not Tila Tequila, Braden. It was just another Asian lady.
Wow.
The Spanish guy is in the movie The Benchwarmers, when the team like has the Spanish guy come play for them, and they show the umpire a fake birth certificate with had $10 in it. The umpire's like, "Yeah, no, he can play." It's that guy.
Yeah, that dude.
It's that same guy, and he's there. And Luda comes out, and he's like, "Where's the fourth racer?" And the Spanish guy goes, "Joaquin had to work the graveyard shift tonight, so he's out." And Luda's like, "We need a fourth." And
what the fuck does that mean?
Wherever his real job is, he's working like the late night shift.
Is that like a saying or something that it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. The graveyard. I'm working the graveyard shift down at the hospital. So like you're doing like the overnight.
Okay.
Yeah, like the graveyard. Yeah. No one's around there. It's dead, but someone's got to be here. Yeah. So I'm there.
Yeah.
That's the graveyard shift. That's what Joaquin has a real job, and he's busy.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't not go to work and go street race with you guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Good for Joaquin. He's got his priorities. And Luda's like, we gotta find another rider. And the Spanish guy's like, why don't you find two so we don't have to race with Skirt over here? And points at the Asian girl, and they kind of go back and forth. And Luda's like, so I can find anyone I want. And they're like, anybody, bring him down here. He's like, all right.
Okay.
And he calls Paul Walker. And he's like, hey, you want to race? And he's like, yeah, man, you know I can use the money. He's like, all right, you got 4 minutes to get here.
Bro, like this man had to get dressed.
Paul Walker's like in a towel, like he just got out of the shower. He's like, you got 4 minutes to get here. Then Paul Walker is fully dressed, getting in his car, driving to wherever the fucking race is.
And like, yeah, he's driving fucking fast as shit. And they show him like going around cars, but bro, Miami is fucking packed.
Unless it was next door, he is not getting there in 4 minutes.
Literally.
No chance.
Unless it's
he's
like
getting
literally
there
a
in 4
mile
minutes.
down the street. Like
he was naked.
Yeah.
He had to get fully dressed, put his shoes on.
Get his car started with fucking... I'm sure that car takes a second to get started. You got fucking night NOS in the back and shit. Like,
like he's not getting there in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
But he does.
Yeah.
But while we're waiting for Paul Walker to get there, they're going around, they're checking out the sound systems. Everyone's like trying to outdo each other with the sound system. And then the best sound system.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't get that's an Operation Ivy song. You don't get it. You don't get it, Brady.
I don't.
Yeah.
I thought you just didn't know.
The best sound system is playing "Act a Fool" by Ludacris.
Yeah,
obviously. And they played boom 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 on the flow, another Ludacris song. Like their first 10 minutes of the movie, they're just like, let's cram all the Ludacris songs.
Luda was like, listen,
I'm the breakout performer in this movie.
The only way I'm going to do this is if you play like all my songs, which I'm sure they probably had like a CD that was just just Too Fast, Too Furious songs or some shit, and it was probably like the majority of Ludacris, you know?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So Paul Walker shows up. He comes through, and his car's like shooting flames out the back.
Shooting
and
fucking
smoke
steam.
out the side,
Yeah.
like fucking clearing the crowd.
Yeah.
The Asian girl goes, fuck, it's Brian. She
Yeah.
doesn't say fuck. She goes, man, it's Brian. And like the black
She
guy
knows
looks,
what the fuck's up.
black guy looks nervous. Spanish guy doesn't look nervous. He's just kind of smiling. He's like,
He's a character.
This
He's
is nothing.
Like, yeah.
This is nothing. And Paul Walker gets out, talks to Luda, and he's like, these guys got deep pockets. And Luda goes, deep pockets. And he goes, why don't we raise the stakes? And the Spanish guy isn't having it.
What was
guy's
the
like,
stakes before that, though? I don't.
we don't find out. But,
we didn't know, right?
But they raise them. They sure raise them. And the Spanish guy's not having it. And Paul Walker's like, well, if that's the case, why don't you ask all these nice people to back up so you can go home? And everyone in the crowd goes, ooh.
Which, to me, I'm like, how the fuck did everyone hear that?
Nobody heard it.
There's so much loud, ludicrous music in the background. Like, no one's hearing him, his soft voice.
Yeah, nobody's hearing that. But they did.
Yeah.
And the Spanish guy goes, all right, 35 large. Which, how much money did you think 35 large was?
3,500? Like 3,500?
Yeah, so that's apparently what, because they all had that cash in their pocket. I thought 35,000. And then, like, he pulls out the money. I was like, that's not $35,000. But when he said it, I was like, fucking $35,000? Like, what were they raising for before? Where this guy's like, all right, 35 grand. Let's do it. I was like, fuck.
Jesus.
But it's 3,500. They all give him the money. They all give Luda the money. Luda's he's the man in charge.
He's the head honcho.
And he asked when he gets the Asian girl's money, he says, when you gonna come by and pop my clutch? And she says, as soon as you get the right set of tools. Him and the Asian, they got such a great back and forth.
Yeah.
Right before the race starts, Paul Walker like looks out in the crowd and he sees Eva Mendes. And they kind of lock eyes. And then Paul Walker just makes it clear to everyone that if he wins, he gets the cash and the respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, he didn't. It'd be great if every movie, though, because that's what he does in the first movie. So
Yeah.
if I win, I get the cash and the respect. Vin Diesel's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
It'd be great if every movie if I win, I get to respect too, right?
I need my respect from every single one of you.
You'll respect me. You'll respect me. You'll respect me.
Spends like 10 minutes being like,
Just pointing at everyone. You'll respect me.
yeah, y'all gotta respect me.
No, he doesn't say that. But so Luda goes and stands in the front, makes everyone back up, then stands in the front, and he's like, all right, ready, set, go. And they all go. So black guy jumps out to a lead. Mm-hmm. Paul Walker's behind him. Then it's the Spanish guy. Asian chicks in last.
And I gotta say really quick, too, that, I mean, this is such a early 2000s vibe. Everyone is like a character. They all have like some early 2000, style and vibe to them and everything. Like it's kind of hard to explain just over the mic, but
Like sort of 9/11-y, you thinking?
pre.
This is post 9/11.
Yeah, but it's kind of like...
But they went back to pre 9/11.
Yeah.
That's like they were there. He's like, guys, just think pre 9/11.
No, that's exactly... Yeah.
Think innocent.
Yeah. Just like go off and, dress exactly how you feel. Express it.
All right.
Yeah, I would say pre. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then all the cars as well. Like, each car has a specific color that just matches the characters, too. So, like, the black dude's wearing, like, kind of, I think, brown colors, and his car is kind of like a caramel brown. And, like, the Asian girl, she's wearing pink.
It's pink and it has like an anime thing painted on the hood.
Brian is white and gray, but his car is like white and
Paul
blue.
Walker. What are we gonna call him? Brian
No,
O'Connor.
yeah, you're right.
Whole
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
It's Brian O'Connor, but it's he's Paul Walker.
Yeah, he's Paul Walker.
May God rest.
They
his
all
soul.
match their cars and shit. Just
Oh man, I jacked off to him too.
how was it?
He's dead, so for sure someone dead that I've jacked off to.
Yeah, but like, how was it?
It's great. Are you kidding me? You seen this man? It's gorgeous. Gorgeous.
I've heard. I have a sister, and like my sister and all of her friends, they're always raving about Paul Walker.
Well, who's laughing now, huh? Right, Braden? The friends wouldn't give you time of the day, but you're still around.
Oh my god. I love David because he pushes the envelope. Am I right, people?
So while they're racing, Spanish guy just seems concerned about beating the Asian girl.
Which is
Like,
what the fuck?
super content with being in third place and just keeping the Asian girl behind him.
Yeah.
At no point, Paul Walker's in second.
Nice. Get it out.
Oh, gotta get it out. Are you kidding me? Kidding me? I can't hold that in all podcasts. Got
Bless you.
Got too much talking. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Yeah. Like he never tries to pass Paul Walker and just
He's
like,
never upset that they're in front. It's just the Asian girl.
shit talking her in the back. He's like, "You ain't passing me, skirt." Nah, mommy. Like,
Yeah.
it's silly.
Yeah.
because he bet $3,500 on this,
And
race.
he just cares about beating her.
Yeah. They drive past the American Airlines Arena where the 3-time world champion Miami Heat play.
That they can just somehow shut down that street.
Yeah, shut down
It's
Biscayne Boulevard. They're
huge.
just like, no.
Yeah.
It's just, we're good. We're coming through. While they're racing, some dudes break into like a drawbridge tower.
Which is so silly because, like, someone's working that bridge tower.
Gotta be. Like,
It has to be.
Boats come through at night.
Yeah.
Someone's working the graveyard shift at that tower.
Yeah.
Maybe Joaquin was. That was their end. They're like, oh, Joaquin's working that bridge. We can go get into that bridge.
Ludacris.
But Joaquin's like, well, you gotta make it like a break-in.
Yeah.
Like, come and tie me up and shit.
Ludacris planned this whole fucking thing from the
Good
start.
on Luda.
Yeah.
He was like, I need the bridge. I need access to the bridge, and I need Paul Walker racing.
That's the only way I'm going to win.
But he couldn't tip Paul Walker off before because he didn't trust Paul Walker at the time. Like, he might tell somebody.
Yeah. 100% because he knows that.
100%.
Yeah. Luda doing Luda, you know?
So they're coming up to the last turn, and the black guy goes too wide.
Too wide.
Paul
yeah,
Walker
bro.
calls. He goes, last turn, here we go. And then he goes too wide, and Paul Walker goes, too wide, man. And like cuts on the inside of him.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're racing. Paul Walker takes the lead, but then the black guy hits his Nas and retakes the lead. Spanish guy also goes too wide on the turn. Oh, right before the turn, the Asian girl in the back, she goes, bend over, boy.
Oh, yeah, she's got
And
a bunch of good lines.
And then rear ends the Spanish guy, and he's like, the fuck is that?
Yeah, and like she's got like a fucking, I don't know what the fuck it is. It's like a small little screen on the top of her dashboard, and it's just like, it's a anime character, and it's like some girl just be like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
And she's like laughing about it too. It's like, how much money did you have to put into just getting something like that, you know?
Yeah. Oh, millions.
A little anime character on your dashboard, like reacting to the way you're driving.
But you know, worth it.
For sure.
Worth it. Luda, he's bringing everyone over to the drawbridge and then gets on a walkie-talkie and goes, all right, Jimmy, hit it.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy, the drawbridge goes up. It looked like the drawbridge went up too much.
Yeah.
Looked like a danger, like where they're going to just shoot straight up, and then you're like,
Oh, when they come down, they're going to like nose dive basically right into the fucking concrete.
No, nosedive or just like go backwards and like just land on
Oh,
their
yeah.
back. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Like, look, they might just go straight up. They might not even make it. They might just fall into the water.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy. Should have been lower.
Yeah.
Should have been lower, but it wasn't.
Because Luda is ludicrous. I'm going to be saying that all fucking podcast.
You gotta say it different because you said it like that as though there was more you were gonna say,
What? He's
and then
ludicrous.
you just stop. Yeah, but you said because Luda is ludicrous, and then you stop. You gotta say because Luda is ludicrous. You gotta say it like a statement.
Because Luda is ludicrous.
Yes, he is, Braden. Yes, he is. So now Paul Walker and the black guy, they're coming up towards the bridge, and they see that the bridge is going up.
Oh,
So
shit.
the black guy hits his Nas again. I don't know how Nas works, but I guess you can hit it multiple times throughout the race.
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess. So, like, probably. I don't
And
know.
Paul Walker made it seem like, you did it too early.
Yeah, he said, oh, too soon, Junior.
Yeah.
And then he hits it. You can see Paul Walker's speed. He's going 160.
The dude before is going 120, I believe.
Yeah, like, they're both going fast as fuck. They hit the bridge. Paul Walker jumps over his car.
And he's screaming. He's like,
He's
"Whoa!"
like, whoa! He lands. They both land it. Black guy, like, loses control, goes off the road and under, like, it's like a short billboard, and, like, his
Yeah.
car gets trapped under there. He would be dead as fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, and he's fine. He's just like, man, and, like, hits the steering wheel,
Yeah.
like, man, should have saw that coming. Like, no, he would be done.
Yeah.
100% done. He's going 120. Absolutely dead.
Yeah.
But
the car
he's
would have
fine.
exploded. He would have been decapitated. Something would have fucking, yeah.
Yeah, he's fine.
He gets out, oh, man.
Spanish guy, he does not jump the bridge. He's like, fuck that. Fuck that. Which, you know what? He's like, I'm in 4th place.
3,500. The damage I'm going to take.
Yeah, and he's like, right over, he's like, I know where the race ends.
Yeah.
I know where we were. Right over the, like, someone already won.
Yeah.
Why am I jumping this?
Yeah.
Fuck that. It's good on him.
Yeah.
He's smart.
It actually was smart.
Asian girl jumps it and yells, smack that ass! As she jumps it.
And lands and just, like, fucks up her front
Fucks up
bender.
front of her cars. You know, she's out 3,500.
And now
and her
she's going
car's
to
fucked up. She's going to have to pay for that.
I would say at least another $1,000. You know, between...
Well, we find out later. She probably didn't pay for it with money.
Yeah.
Probably didn't pay for it with money. She comes in second and is, like, super excited about
might
coming
as well
in second.
have been Tila Tequila, am I right?
Paul Walker wins. Paul Walker wins. The Asian girl comes in second. The other 2 cars don't finish. Asian girl's so pumped that she just lost $3,500. Like, she's cheering, high-fiving everybody.
And when I, because I've seen this before, and when I rewatched it, I was thinking, like, oh, what, she win second place? Was there, like, a prize for second place? No. And I was like, what the fuck is she so happy about that?
She's pumped. Luda comes up and gives Paul Walker the money. Paul Walker, like, breaks off some of it, gives it back to Luda. And Luda says, y'all see this? This is what you call mutual respect.
But really, Luda knew what he was doing from the fucking start.
He knew. He's like, I bring in Paul Walker last minute. He's gonna cut me off a piece of that.
He's gonna raise the price.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna raise the bridge.
Joaquin, I made sure I'm in with Joaquin's boss. I made sure he was on the schedule tonight.
All right,
so I could get Paul Walker.
Yeah. Paul better break him off a piece of that.
Yeah. And then Luda goes up to the Asian girl and asks or tells her, "Say you need to bring that body by the garage, and I'll work on that front end of yours."
I'm like, you goddamn right you will, Luda.
And then she says, "Maybe I will," and kisses him on the cheek. Paul Walker sees Eva Mendes and walks up to her again, and she starts walking away, and he goes, "Hey, where are you going?"
Which is kind of like a weird line right out the bat. Like, you don't know her. Well, you don't. So, like,
no, you'd be good. Hey, where the fuck you going? Huh? You got a problem with me?
Wouldn't you say like hi or something, or like hey? Like...
No. You want to be aggressive. You want to make her uncomfortable. Because then she thinks maybe things would go wrong if I didn't do what he wants me to do.
It's Paul Walker. He could say whatever the fuck he wants. Every girl's going to be like, did you see his eyes, though?
There you go.
Yeah.
And she says, it's time to get out of here. And then the cops pull up right as she says that. Paul Walker, he hops in. He's driving away. It's a whatever. He's driving around. He's losing the cops, kind of. And then Harry fucking Morgan, Dexter's foster father in the show Dexter. Back-to-back weeks, we get a Dexter character. Harry comes out with like a claw gun thing.
Is it even real?
I have no idea. I've never seen anything like it other than in this movie. He shoots it at the side of Paul Walker's car. It latches onto the car, and just everything in his car shuts down.
And, there's been like 7 other Fast and Furious movies. Has this gun reappeared?
Gonna be honest with you, I've never like sat down from start to finish and watched Tokyo Drift.
I have.
I've seen most of it. I don't think that ever happens.
I can't remember. I can't remember. Like, I know there's probably been some other device. I just don't know if it's the same gun or something like that.
Yeah, but I've only seen it in this movie. But it shuts his car down, and now we're at the police station. Harry Morgan, he works for Customs. There's another guy there. There's this fucking other customs agent. And they're in a room, and they're like, we know you're Brian O'Connor. We know you left whatever, blah, blah, blah. You left L.A. and came here. And he's not really saying anything. And then the older black FBI agent from the first movie, who was Paul Walker's boss, just walks in. And Paul Walker's like, all right, well, they obviously fucking know who I am for sure, because he's here. And the guy just goes, let's take a walk.
And that guy... he's a good guy. Seems like a good guy.
Oh, he's a good egg. You kidding?
Yeah, he's like the one. I think he's the fucking glue to everything in this movie. It's like really without him, maybe nothing would have went the same.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably not.
I know.
I think it's Tyrese.
Yeah. You're right.
It's gotta be Tyrese.
I just wanted to to make him feel welcomed. So yeah, good for you, man. Whoever that actor is.
So Paul Walker, Harry Morgan, the FBI agent from the first movie, and this other customs agent, they go into this like big room and they're talking about the actor who played Vince Vaughn's brother in the movie The Breakup, but like the weirder brother who they go out to like a club when Vince Vaughn's like trying to get back out there, and he tells a girl, I want to take you home and I want to wrap your entire body in saran wrap, and I'm going to cut 4 holes. I'm going to cut 2 for your eyes so you can see, 1 for your mouth so you can breathe, and then the other one I'm going to cut, and like you can he's going to say, obviously either her pussy or her butthole. And Vince Vaughn's like, all right, that's enough of that. He shuts him down in that movie. It's that actor. He's the big criminal in this movie. That's who they're talking about. He's a bad dude.
Yeah.
And we find out they have a female agent undercover with this guy. And Harry Morgan makes it clear. He's like, I didn't want to bring you in, but the FBI was really pushing it. You're going to work with Agent Dunn here.
And he's just eating fucking like fast food, staring Paul Walker down, kind of.
Yeah, he's drinking. He's not eating. He's drinking us like a fountain soda out of a pizza place thing.
Yeah, you're right.
And Paul Walker is like, I don't really want to do that. What if I don't do this? And then Paul Walker, or the agent from the first movie, hands him like a piece of paper. He's like, here's a list of crimes you broke in L.A. He's like, it's
like 3 pages. I felt like he went through the pages pretty quick. Like I would really go.
Paul Walker's like, all right, whatever. What's going to read through this and be like, I didn't do these 3 things. I'd be like, all right, we'll knock those 3 off. You're going to do 20 fucking years. Like come on. Like, he knows what he did. He kind of looks at it. He's like, all right, fuck, you got me.
Yeah.
And then he looks at, because the black guy's like, we'll make it go away if you do this for us. Then he looks at the agent that he's going to be working with. He's like, all right, I guess we're partners. And then he's like, real quick, what would be a better intake for my Skyline? A Gallo 12 or a Gallo 24? And the guy goes, 24, definitely. And he goes, I didn't know pizza places made engines.
Yeah.
And then the guy looks, the guy's drinking a soda out of a thing that says Gallo's Pizza on it. And the guy, like, how do you not catch on to that? Be like, I went to Gallo. There's no way it's Gallo's. Like, I don't think Gallo is a thing, man. You're making shit up right now.
Yeah.
And then Harry Morgan like grabs a guy's soda. He's mad. And they're like, all right, we'll find another partner. And Paul Walker's like, no. The only way I'll do this is if I get to pick my partner. And they're like, who'd you have in mind? He's like, this guy Roman Pierce. Grew up with him back in Barstow. And we go to a derby in Barstow. And Tyrese is driving a car in like a fucking crash-up derby. And he's just fucking people up.
Yeah, are these things like competitions or something? Like the last car standing? Like, because that's how they made it seem.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
You've never been to a crash-up derby?
No, David.
I go once a month.
Really?
I go down to the old derby hall and watch. No, I don't fucking. Never been to one.
The old derby hall.
That's what it seemed like. Last person standing wins. Tyrese, he's fucking people up, and then it's over. He gets out of his car, and the announcer goes, and your winner, Roman Pierce! And he's like, yeah, like looking at the crowd. And then he sees Paul Walker in the crowd, and he loses his smile. He's like, oh, no.
Hell no.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
And starts walking away. Paul Walker, and he's there with the black FBI agent, and they're walking up to Tyrese. Paul Walker goes, hey, whatever happened, just let it fly. The guy's like, all right.
Okay.
And he's yelling. He's like, Roman Pierce.
And he doesn't turn around, so he gives him a fucking whistle. Rome! And he just screams kind of like Rome.
He yells Rome, and then he stops. He goes, only my homeboys call me that. Pig. And he spits. They fight. They fist
right before
fight.
he goes, I'm not a cop anymore.
Yeah.
And Tyrese looks at the black dude. I guess just assuming this dude's a cop. So he's like, is that true?
Well, he doesn't trust Paul Walker. He's going to trust this older black guy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I guess assumes that he's like a cop or something. He's like, is that true? And the guy's like, yeah, it's true.
He's like, yep, no badge.
Yep.
No badge.
And they just start to fucking fight.
Yeah, unfortunately, Paul Walker wins the fight.
Which is stupid.
I hated that part. He's talking shit. He's like, you still fight like shit, Roman. You still fight like shit.
Yeah.
And then he
literally got dropped, too. Like, he got dropped by that right hand.
Oh, yeah.
Overhand.
Tyrese throws a right. He throws the first punch and, like, knocks him down. And Paul Walker, like, takes him down.
He gets on top of him and is landing punches. They act as if he got him in a guillotine, and it was... Bro, that shit was not a tight guillotine to where Tyrese would tap.
So he wasn't trying to fuck his boy up. He was trying to restrain him, but, like, I don't like that Paul Walker wins.
Yeah, same. That's what I'm saying.
Paul Walker, he tells him, he's like, you can come to Miami and drive with me, and they'll clear your record. And the black guy's like, I'm an FBI agent, and we will. Yeah. And Tyrese is kind of unsure about it, and Paul Walker goes, quit acting like you're not going to take this deal.
I fucking love that line.
He's like, dude, quit acting like you're not going to take this deal.
Yeah.
And Tyrese, like, gives him a look, and then they're in Miami.
Tyrese is, honestly, to me, makes this film because he's never the same, I feel like, in almost any of the rest of the Fast and the Furiouses. And this, he is so pure to what the character is. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not goofy. In all the other Fast and the Furiouses, he's like this goofy person that everyone kind of like makes fun of. And he's
fucking goofy in this movie. Are you kidding me?
In this, he's
well, I'll point out every time he's goofy.
But he won't even allow, like, anyone to make fun of him or to be, like, a certain way. Like, he's too hard for that. And I like that demeanor of him. Like, I like that part of him. And I feel like they took... that roughness away from him.
There's a point in this movie. I'm glad you said that, because there's a point in this movie where I said, I write down somewhere in the notes, I say Braden would absolutely be the Tyrese in this scenario.
Oh, sweet.
Just like, because he's just argumentative and shit. It's like, it's fucking, he's ridiculous, and I'm like, this would be Braden. If Braden and I did this movie, this is how Braden would fucking act, like, for sure.
Yeah, man, I totally see myself in Tyrese.
So they pull up to the wherever, the police station, customs office, wherever the fuck they're meeting. They pull up there, and Tyrese is hesitant to go in, and then he's like, I don't trust you, Blondie. And then Paul Walker makes him look like a little bitch. He's like, you need to start taking responsibilities for your actions. And he's like, man, blah, like they go back and forth, and then Paul Walker goes, maybe you should go back to Barstow. And then he walks inside, and Tyrese just goes, man, I'm not going back to Barstow.
Yeah.
He walks in. You're like, come on, make him look a little cooler than this. He just gets shut down.
Yeah, man, I ain't going back there.
They're in this big garage, and they officially meet Eva Mendes. She's the agent on the inside. So they meet her, and they see their cars. They say the names of it. The one, it's a purple convertible. It's a Spider. I don't know what Paul Walker's green car is. So they look like just fucking fast. Like what you imagine a street racing car would look like. There you go.
Yeah, they look fast as fuck.
Yeah. Tyrese takes the convertible. He's like, don't even think about taking the convertible, Blondie.
Yeah.
And Eva Mendes rides with Paul Walker.
Wait, Paul Walker says, yeah, it's too much chrome for me anyway.
Too much chrome for me.
Yeah. Which I'm like, I'm looking at the cars, I'm like, they almost got the same amount of chrome.
Yeah, it was just some shit to talk.
Yeah.
You had to say something.
Yeah.
Eva Mendes is riding with Paul Walker, and Tyrese's like, why she got to ride with you? And she says, you got the convertible. Yep, fair enough.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, fair enough. Yeah.
So they're driving. Paul Walker and Eva Mendes are talking, getting to know each other a little bit, and Eva Mendes tells Paul he needs to watch the road. So he just speeds way the fuck up and stares at her the whole time, and then like hits the brake exactly at a red light. Tyrese pulls up next to him and goes, he's doing the stare and drive on you, wasn't he? He got that from me.
Yeah. And I love it because it's like Tyrese just feels like he's got to like overly prove himself, or I don't know, like kind of like one up Paul Walker, you know?
He's got to shut him down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's classic Braden Bullard shit, you know? You got to one up him. So they pull up to this house, and it's in Coral Gables, beautiful house. Mm-hmm. There's a bunch of cars there. There's guys leaning up against two cars. They have it's a Mustang and a Chevelle, two just badass American muscle cars. And this guy yells at them. He's like, hey, where'd you get those cars? In the bottom of a cereal box? And Tyrese goes, aha, hey, real funny, Fonzie.
Tyrese is just great, bro. He does not like hold like yeah. I guess like would you say that's the goofy part? Because like I do Okay.
Yeah, dude, he's a goober this whole movie.
Okay, I was gonna say because like I like
you gotta say something back.
No, I like the way he was making fun of those motherfuckers.
Yeah,
that was
Guy fucking makes fun of your car. You got to say something back to him.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah. Eva Mendes walks into the house and tells two of like these big henchman-looking guys, like, hey, I want you to get everyone's license plates, get their license, their cars, blah, blah, blah. We got to do background check. Mm-hmm. And the guys go, all right. So then there's a bunch of cars there, a bunch of guys driving the cars. They meet Vince Vaughn's brother, and he says, my Ferrari's an impound. Here's the address.
Yeah.
I need you all to go. The car's not important. What is important is the package in the glove box. Mm-hmm. Get the package, bring it back to me, and you work for me.
And then I think, was it Tyrese that's like, man, what is this, a test or something like that?
No, someone else said it.
Okay. I can't remember who or exactly what was said. But
That's because you would have said that.
Yeah.
You're like, man, what, we got to fucking prove ourselves?
Yeah.
Come on, I'm here. Like, come on, I drive really good.
Yeah.
Paul, why you won a street race the other day? Brandon could beat up a 16-year-old. So, off to the races. He's like, let's go. Everybody go. So they all run out. Paul Walker and Tyrese are driving like maniacs. They keep trying to one-up each other. They're doing crazy shit out there. And we see that there's trackers in both the cars, because of course they are. They got them from fucking customs.
Yeah.
And Harry Morgan's like, oh, they're fucking running. I knew it. Let's go stop them. So he's like getting a unit together to go out and get them because he thinks he doesn't know what they're doing. He just sees that they're flying southbound I-95. Unlike Unhinged, I-95 does go through this area. Mm-hmm. So spot on. Mm-hmm. Spot on. So he's like, all right, we got to go get them.
And, you know, in this part, like on 95 in Florida, I mean, dude, yeah, you could drive fucking fast. There's people, every day I'm on 95, I find one motherfucker at least going over 100.
Yeah, they're flying. Then they're driving like maniacs, like cutting through like between two semi trucks. One of them was not even joking. One of them was a Peterbilt.
Peterbilt.
I don't know if it's a 324, but it was definitely a Peterbilt. Saw the Peterbilt logo. I was like,
hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, Peterbilt. And like cutting, like they're in the lanes next to each other, and they cut through like in between the two. And then another car tries to do that and just gets sucked underneath the Peterbilt, and the back wheels go over. That guy's dead.
Like that dude.
That guy, without it, he got crushed by a fucking Peterbilt. Dead on immediately.
Oh, and
dead
they,
on
and
impact.
they soaked it up because they showed like a shot of like him right next to the wheels, like with him like
like,
about to like seeing his facial expression of like, oh man, I'm about to fucking die. And yeah, he dies. I'm like, damn, all right.
Yeah, but they don't make it seem like someone died there. They're like, other cars are laughing.
Yeah,
like,
literally, yeah. The people driving by, I'm like, that sucks.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah.
Wild. Another car, so it's more one-upsmanship between those two. Like, they're flipping each other off. Paul Walker drives in reverse and flips him off. And, like, they're just, like, they're racing other cars and just fucking with each other.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
They get off at the exit, and one car, like, at the exit, same as in Unhinged. The little fork at the exit, guy just crashes right into that, which definitely dead.
But right before this, though, Paul Walker does some fucking crazy shit against Tyrese. So, like, they're zooming in and out of cars. Tyrese, I think, does something, and then Paul Walker gets in front of him, spins around, puts it in reverse, and is driving directly in front of Tyrese on 95, zooming through cars in reverse and flicking Tyrese off the entire time, just like screaming. Yeah. And then right before getting off that on-ramp, fucking spins around.
Well, he almost misses the off-ramp.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, shit. Yeah. And like cuts it. Like,
damn.
Could you imagine? He misses it, and then they just lose because he did that.
Yeah.
It's over. Like, Customs is like, well, we can't get you guys inside, can we?
Nope.
Like,
everything would have not happened the way they wanted to if he missed that exit.
Yeah,
pulling that stunt.
So they get to the impound. It's like a boatyard. Mm-hmm. They crash through the gate at it, and they go and they find the Ferrari. Tyrese takes off.
I was thinking really quick when they crash through the gate. There's like a post in the middle, and it's like the gate is for like coming in and leaving. It's like, why wouldn't you kind of go through like one side or the other? Like, yeah, you might break through the gate a little bit, but you don't have to like take the worst part of it, which is like this metal stump in the middle. You feel me?
Because you wouldn't send the same message, Brady. It's all about sending messages.
You're right. You're right, and that's why I speak up my mind to you because I learned something every time.
You got to send a message to the boatyard.
Yeah,
boatyard's got to know who's boss.
100%.
Paul Walker bus.
Yeah.
So they find the Ferrari. Tyrese takes off
Oh,
his shirt.
right before this as well. I'm sorry. They're driving through the boatyard, and Tyrese almost fucking kills Paul Walker. There's this like crane that's lowering a boat, forklift that's lowering a boat, and Tyrese makes Paul Walker go to the they're almost going directly at it to where like Paul Walker can't go around it to the right because Tyrese is like riding him basically. So Paul Walker has to go to the left. It almost fucking gets decapitated by this forklift lowering this boat.
How great would that have been?
Yeah, it just dies right there, and Tyrese is like, oh, fuck.
Would have been poetic justice, huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. There you go.
I don't know. How did they write him off in the Fast and the Furious movies? Car crash, death?
They ended the film with Vin Diesel and him just like kind of driving off into the sunset, and then them going on different paths, and then Vin Diesel just says some like stupid shit about family, and that's it. They don't really say to my knowledge, they don't really say how he dies.
So is he not dead in the movie franchise?
I think he's dead.
Is Vin Diesel's sister still in the new movies? Or is it like those two are just together somewhere?
No, she's still in the movies. The Paul Walker's wife
Yeah.
in the movie. Yeah, she's still in the movies.
Okay, so Paul Walker is dead in the movies.
Yeah.
Good. So they find the Ferrari. Tyrese takes off his shirt, wraps it around his fist, and punches out the window. And then Paul Walker just opens the door. Which, great.
Yeah.
like, didn't need to break into it. It was open.
Yeah.
Opens the door and tells me.
But I love the way Tyrese fucking punched that window, though.
Tells me he can put his blouse back on.
Yeah.
And looks around, finds the package, and then Fonzie and his boy pull up, and all the other cars arrive, and Paul Walker just holds up the package.
And it's crazy how quick fucking Fonzie's ready to risk it all.
We got to get the job.
Yeah, fucking pulls out a gun, points it at him. Right as that's happening, what is the name of this guy that we're going to... He's just FBI agent or...
He's Detective Harry Morgan.
Detective
from
Harry.
Miami Metro Homicide.
Is that how we're going to...
Yeah.
Detective Harry
You can just call him
Morgan.
Harry. You can call him Harry Morgan. You can call him Detective Morgan. Detective Harry. Detective Harry Morgan. Or Detective Harry Morgan, Miami Metro Homicide.
From Miami Metro Homicide.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Dexter's foster father. Adoptive father. He adopted him.
Okay. That's in my brain. I got it.
Or the dark passenger. You can call him the dark passenger.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah.
All right. So, he pulls up, pulls out his fucking gun, and what I don't know, he's just like, get the fuck down or some shit. And then
he thinks they're running, and he's like, all right, I got him.
And Tyrese holds back nothing and just pulls out his fucking gun and just starts shooting him like crazy, and misses. And then they just get in the car and they hop off and they speed away. And then
and so when the cops pull up, when Harry's there and all the other cops, Fonzie and the other boys are like, oh, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Like, we can't. We're not
Fuck
getting
that.
arrested. Like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
They'll get
Don't
the job.
want to be a part of shooting at cops.
Yeah. So like they do that, and then Paul Walker and Tyrese drive off.
They get back to that the really nice crib.
Yeah, the beautiful house in Coral Gables. They give Vince Vaughn's brother the package. Paul Walker's they're leaning up against the car, and like they give him the package, and Paul Walker goes, "Hey, man." Or not Paul Walker.
Tyrese gives.
Tyrese gives. That'd be great if I kept it at Paul Walker. People thought Paul Walker said this comment. He said, "Hey, man, you guys got something to eat up in there? We hungry."
I love it.
They're just great.
We hungry.
And like they go inside. Paul Walker's checking out Eva Mendes.
Get them something to eat or something like that. And
yeah, Paul Walker's checking out Eva Mendes as they're walking in, and Tyrese's like, "Hey, fucking knock it off."
Yeah.
He's like, "Knock what off?" He's like, "You're checking her out." He's like, "No, I'm not." He's like, "Yeah, you are." He's like, "All right, I am, but let's drop it." Like they're like going back and forth. They're like fighting, and Eva Mendes walks up. She goes, "Both of you girls, stop it." Like, and then she sits down at the table with him. Vince Vaughn's brother shows up, and he's like, "You guys really think I'd let someone impound my Ferrari?" He's like, "I own the boatyard." He's like, "And by the way, you owe me a gate, but I'll just take it out of your cut," and kind of laughs. And then Tyrese, over the top, laughs, goes, "Ha, ha, ha, ha. Take it out of our fucking cut."
Bro, Tyrese does not hold back. I fucking love
just
it.
too aggressive. That's too aggressive.
Yeah, it's
You're at
great.
this guy's house. You fucking race to get a job with him. He makes that joke. You just go, haha.
And he could also fucking murder you,
Yeah.
kind of shit. Like he's got people that work for him.
Vince Vaughn opens the package and it's a fucking cigar. Like that's
Tyrese's like, we
Vince
did all
Vaughn's
that.
brother, not Vince Vaughn. Vince Vaughn's brother.
And Tyrese's like, we did all that for a fucking cigar.
And he's like, no, you did that to get a job for me. And like they get up and they're walking over, and Vince Vaughn's brother's telling him about like the next job he's gonna have them do, and he's like, and at the finish line, if you complete it at the finish line, I'll give you guys 100 G's. And Tyrese says, make it 100 G's a piece, Poppy. Obviously, your pockets ain't nervous. Ours are empty. And like goes and like touches his pocket, and he goes, hey, don't you ever touch me. And he goes, I'm just saying, like I said, we hungry.
We hungry.
And he like takes a bite of like a fucking grape or something.
Starts chewing like aggressively. I fucking love
This
Tyrese.
is where, so like, Brayden, you wouldn't have been as cool about it, but you would have negotiated with the guy here. For sure. You'd be like, how about 100 grand a piece? Like, look, you got this house. It's awesome. Like, you could do 100 grand each.
Yeah,
Like, you're doing like 100 for both of us. That's fucking crazy. Like, you would have been like that. And I would be like, dude, shut the fuck up. I'd be like, shut the fuck up. Like, nah, dude, you gotta negotiate. Everything's negotiated, guys. In high school, we were at a gas station. We were about to go to a concert, and I was buying a little bowl so we could smoke weed inside the concert. It was $5. It was a $5 bowl. 20 quarters. Not a lot of money. $5 was the price. That's no tax either. A $5 bill. And I was like, all right. And Braden's like put his hand on my shoulder. Like, no. How about $2.75? And the guy's like, excuse me? He's like, yeah, we'll do $2.75. The guy's like, no, it's $5. I don't need to sell it that bad, kid. What are you doing? He's like, $3.50. I was like, Braden, I'm giving the man $5. He's like, bro, don't give. Are you kidding? Like, we gotta negotiate this. I was like, dude, you're out of your mind. I was like, it's $5. I'm not arguing with this guy. I'm not negotiating. He's taking my $5. And like Braden, that night was like, dude, I can't believe you just paid him the $5. Like, he's like, it's fucking like you gotta negotiate. Like, you can't just be giving away $5 like that. Like, so fucking crazy. That is why I think Braden wouldn't be that cool and say we hungry and bite a grape. Also, not eat a whole grape. Take a bite out of the grape. Who does that?
Yeah.
But Braden would negotiate, and he'd be like, all right, 75 each. Like,
It's so funny because I don't remember doing that, but I know I probably did do that because like the first time I ever bought like glass to smoke out of, I was like fucking 11 or 12 years old. My sister in the Keys, and yeah, we got fucking gypped. I mean, I bought like a fucking bubbler for like $60, and I thought I got a good deal from it, but really I knocked him down from like 120 because I'm a fucking 12-year-old kid. This guy is taking advantage. Like, in reality, I probably could have got the bubbler for like $30.
man, you're holding on to that one. I respect that.
Yeah,
You're like, man, I want to go down to the Keys with you and find this guy, and we try and get that $30 back for you.
You think we could do it?
No, we couldn't do it. He wouldn't remember you. He'd be like, that was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, get away from me, kid. So Vince Vaughn's brother tells them to, he's like, come to my club tonight, and we'll hang out. And he's like, oh, great, yeah, we'll see you there. And as they walk away, he goes, hey, pockets aren't empty. I'll take my cutter back.
Paul Walker's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And then Tyrese Gibson walks up and just hands the guy his cigar cutter back. And he's like, man, I figured you got like 12 or 13 of these things, you know? Like, he's like, yeah, just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And he walks off, and like as they're around the corner, Paul Walker's like, what the fuck are you doing? And Tyrese Gibson doesn't own it.
Yeah.
He's like, no, man, fuck him. He's got, again, that's where I was like, that's Braden. He's like, no, man, fuck him. He's got so many of those cutters. He's so rich. That means nothing to him. Like, me stealing it, like, fuck him. I'll take my cutter back. Like, fucking asshole. Like, I was like, this is crazy. Tyrese should have been like, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I was crazy.
Almost fucked up the whole plan.
That was crazy. That guy could, on his property, he could murder us like that. Like, no stopping him.
And we're working for the FBI.
Sorry.
We almost messed up this whole plan. Like,
for a cutter.
Yeah,
for a cigar cutter.
Yeah, but fuck him now.
Yeah, you You would absolutely feel that way, Braden. You would absolutely feel that way.
Yeah.
So now they're pulling up to Luda's garage, and we see Jimmy. Jimmy is a bald Asian guy who talks kind of like a thug.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, what's up, cuz? Yes, that's just Jimmy for you. Paul Walker asks him to check out their 2 cars. Then they go out back. Luda's hosting jet ski races because, of course, he does. Luda does it all.
Yeah.
Guys. Does it all. He's on a megaphone, and he's just yelling at everyone. He's like calling out the race, and he introduces Tyrese to people, and Paul Walker, the Asian girl's there, just a bunch of people.
She's doing art. She's like working on art, and Tyrese is like,
"Man, damn girl, that's some artistic shit right there." Like,
yeah,
it's a whatever. Just introduce him to people, have him say something. And then he asks Luda. He goes, "Hey, can Tyrese Gibson stay with you for a little while?" And he goes, "What's wrong with your place?" And then Tyrese goes, "Nah, I want to stay with Blondie here. He got bad habits." So Luda's like, "All right, yeah, show him around. I got some shit to do, but I'll be around later." All right, whatever. So Tyrese is staying with Luda. Paul Walker's showing him around. They go back up to Jimmy, and he tells them about like all the wires and how they're tracking their cars there.
Yeah.
And
basically saying like, your shit is so fucking rigged. There's no way like we can.
He's like, they know whether or not you're putting on your seatbelt. He's like, it's so in there. I can't get it out.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know how. It's crazy what
it's like interconnected between everything in your car.
Paul Walker points out that Vince Vaughn's brother's boys from the house earlier, like the henchman-looking guys.
Yeah, they're like right down the street.
They're parked across the street, so
they've been following him.
Tyrese runs over and pretends like he's cleaning their windshield, like he sprays it. I guess it's gas.
Yeah, I guess it's like gasoline.
Whatever, something flammable, because he sprays their windshield like
but
he's cleaning it. He's talking in Spanish. He's like, Esteban and Pascual. Hola, amigos. Like, he's just being like crazy, over the top fun.
Yeah.
Like,
he's like, oh, you want me to wash your windshield? Starts like spraying it. Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, because of the accent? Yeah, well, he threw an accent on. I'm trying to do the accent he did.
Your accent was Asian. You said, oh, you want me to wash your windshield? He was not doing an Asian accent. That I'm learning now that's your default. You're like, I'm going Asian. I'm doing an accent. It's gonna be Asian. It's gonna be Asian broken English.
Wait, that's how Tyrese kind of was.
No, he's talking in Spanish and like fucking around with them because it's 2 Spanish guys.
Yeah, but like
he does not do an Asian. You want me wash windshield? You want pork fried rice? Like, he's not doing anything like that.
Did I sound like that?
You did.
Oh, shit.
You did, for sure. Want to wash your windshield? So he's spraying the windshield and then he's like, suck my dick, bitch. Or he says something like a fuck you and throws a lighter on the windshield.
And then like runs away, yeah.
Windshield goes up in flames. He runs over, hops in Paul Walker's car, and they drive off. Back at the station, Harry Morgan immediately like goes up and he's like pulls out his gun. He's like, put your fucking hands up to them soon as they walk in.
Well, they're at like some random like building that's like a rundown building.
They were going there to meet, like wherever they meet with the black FBI agent, Harry Morgan, like wherever they all meet. That's where they were.
Yeah.
And like they start pushing and shit, and they're fighting, and they get broken up. And Paul Walker tells Harry, he goes, and if Tyrese wanted to kill you, you'd be dead right now.
Good point.
Which may be true, maybe not.
Yeah,
but like,
who knows?
That's a fuck you to Harry.
Yeah.
And then Tyrese takes Harry's lunch, and he goes, "Hey, that's mine." And Tyrese goes, "So?" And eats it. It's like a steak and cheese sub, and starts eating the guy's lunch.
Very aggressive bites.
Yeah, just starts fucking digging into it. They're talking about like the mission and all that. Like, all right, so you got the job with them, and Tyrese's like, "There's a problem though. Your girl's sleeping with Vince Vaughn's brother." And they're like, "How do you know that?" Blah blah blah.
Yeah, man, we know what we saw.
Yeah, like, nah, we know what we saw. And, oh no. So Harry's like, "Well, what do you think? You're the expert." To Paul Walker. And Tyrese's like, "What the fuck's that supposed to mean?" And he's like, "Oh, we didn't tell you? He was on an undercover job with Dominic Toretto, Vin Diesel, and he fucking just gave him his keys and let him drive off in L.A.
Yeah.
So Tyrese's like, oh, shit. So now they're outside. And
Which is why he's not a cop anymore, yeah.
Yeah. Now they're outside, and Tyrese is asking Paul Walker about it. He's like,
Which I don't know. Did we ever say that? That they said that Paul Walker used to be a cop?
So, I mean, we know he used to. When he met Tyrese.
Okay.
And then he talked to the black guy. So, like, if he was a cop in the first movie.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know.
And so Tyrese is trying to get Paul Walker to talk about it, and Paul Walker says, man, I said forget about it, cuh.
Which is blowing up on the internet right now. I don't know if you've seen it on, like, Instagram and stuff, but everyone is, like, sharing it right now.
I said forget about it, cuh?
Yeah, like, literally, yeah. It's
great.
being shared all over where it's like, don't forget this time. It's like, that's what people are sharing. Like, don't forget when Paul Walker said cuh. Or some shit.
I said forget about it, cuh.
Cuh.
Like over the top, and you're like, don't fucking talk like that to him. Come on.
Yeah.
When you're with Vin Diesel, you're not talking like that. Like, what are you doing?
Forget about it, cuh.
Forget about it, cuh. Shit, you know? Then Paul Walker
Which
says...
is the only time Paul Walker talked like that.
He calls him cuh another time.
Does he? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It kind of occasionally sprinkled in there, he talks like that.
But
to,
it just, like, is
to
offsetting.
Tyrese. Yeah. Every time you're like, I don't do that, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Stop it. Just stop it. So Paul Walker says that they need an exit strategy and 2 more cars.
Yep.
Because it's kind of like, if we do this job, we might get killed. But if we don't do it, we're going to jail. And he's like, we need an exit strategy and we need 2 cars.
Yep. Which is smart thinking.
So they show up at a place. Luda set up a race between Paul Walker and Tyrese Gibson and Fonzie and his boy.
Which, to me, I'm like, how does this go down when the last time y'all saw each other, you pointed a gun? Like, you were that close to killing these people.
Sometimes you got to race, bro.
No, for sure, but
sometimes you got to race. You know what?
But if I'm
Paul, let's settle this on the blacktop.
I'm like, I don't know if I trust these guys even with a race or anything. You know, like they were about to kill me for the fucking cigar. The job, but the cigar.
They need a car.
True.
A car, they need extra. You got trust issues, dude. That's what it's all
I
about.
definitely have trust issues.
So you got trust issues with anybody. Gas station attendants, you got trust issues with them. Like, man, he's ripping you off, David.
Yeah, dude.
There's no way that glass is worth more than $2.75, dude. You're overpaying.
You learned a valuable lesson.
You're overpaying, man. Get that $1.25 back.
Yeah.
Or $2.25.
I was trying to tell Dave, like, bro, you really got to learn how to negotiate. I mean, like,
Braden wouldn't even sit with me at that concert. He's like, man, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Fucking can't believe you.
Jesus.
I
thought you were a king, David.
So they're racing, and the way it is, your partner goes down and back, and then you go down and back.
It's like what I don't know the exact
tag team drag racing.
It's probably like a mile down, mile back,
yeah,
maybe a half a mile down, half a mile back.
So they're getting ready to start. Tyrese Gibson's talking crazy shit.
Yeah,
he's
crazy.
revving his engine, talking shit, and then Fonzie's boy just revs his engine. And it's so much louder.
Yeah.
And Tyrese
it's like fucking
is
shaking the fucking street.
And Tyrese is like, oh, fuck.
Damn.
So
he's like, I gotta win. He's like repeating something.
Gotta win. Gotta beat him. Gotta smoke him.
Yeah,
gotta smoke him.
Gotta smoke him. Gotta smoke him.
So the Luda's about to start the race, and then the Asian girl walks up, gets in front of him, and goes, "It's all right, baby. I'm gonna handle this." Or Braden, you probably do her voice better. You should.
It's all good, baby. I can handle this. No, that was bad.
It's all good. I handle, baby. I handle now. You want me handled now?
Oh my god.
That's what I was teeing you up for. You didn't do it. You didn't do it.
You wanted the most offensive.
Yeah, of course I did. Because she doesn't sound like that at all. Braden's voice was far more accurate for what she
actually.
sounds like. So they're racing. Fonzie's the race starts. Fonzie's boy
like
is
way
out in
in
the lead.
front. Yeah,
Fonzie's boy.
Yeah.
Fabio is what Tyrese calls him. He goes, Fonzie and Fabio.
Yeah.
He's out in the lead.
It's a very fitting name, actually. If you guys,
Tyrese hits. They go around and like they do it's a loop. And you come
gotta
back.
come
it's
around
like
like
a
trash
tight loop.
Yeah,
and so Tyrese hits the Nas and is catching up, and Fabio just kind of shifts over and clips a little sign on the side of the road, and it spins over, gets right in front of Tyrese.
This actually, I'm like, why would Tyrese do this? Because like, if he was just to go straight, he would go right through that sign, and that sign would just bounce right back over it on the side of the road. But instead, he fucking tries to swerve at like a 90-degree angle, and that completely just makes his car drift out. And then he has to like get back on the road, restart up from like 0 mile per hour, and now he's just fucked.
Yeah, so they're way behind. Fonzie starts way before Paul Walker gets to, and then
He only has like one chance now.
Fonzie's on the way back, and Paul Walker just kind of swerves over and is in his lane, and they do chicken.
Yeah.
And Fonzie, he fucks up here. He's like, "Oh, kid, let's see if you have the balls." Like he's trying to like match balls with him, and then at the last second, Fonzie's like, "I can't do this," and then he spins out. Fonzie could just get over in the left lane just way before and just kind of be like, "I'm avoiding this shit," and like go slow.
Yeah.
Go slow, because he's on the way back. He is way ahead of Paul Walker.
There's no point of putting yourself in that position, exactly like you're saying. Like, just go around him or just slow down a little bit. Don't put yourself in a position where you need to swerve out the fucking way.
Yeah,
or just go collision.
Instead, he did that. He spins out. Paul Walker, like, catches up. It's close. They're, like, neck and neck. Paul Walker just etches him out at the end. Paul Walker and Tyrese win. Tyrese is going crazy.
Yeah.
They all.
What does he say to him? He's like, "Y'all get to walking."
So get to walk. No, he says something way better.
Okay.
They all drive off and they leave Fonzie, Fabio, and their girls. They're just standing in the middle of the street. They look sad, and Tyrese yells, "Use them use them bus tokens, partner." And they drive off.
Ah, man.
So now we're at the nightclub.
Tyrese.
We're at the nightclub. Paul Walker and Tyrese, they walk in. They're surveying it.
What a great night. Go win 2 fucking like $100,000
real
fucking
nice
cars.
2 real nice cars, badass cars.
And now you're going to a really nice club.
Yeah. And it gets even better.
Yeah.
They're surveying. They're looking at all the girls. And Tyrese's like, "Man, I might stay in Miami for a little while." Eva Mendes walks up, and Tyrese is fucking super confrontational with her. Like, right off the fucking rip. He's like, "Where's your boy? I thought you guys went everywhere together." He's like, "What's that supposed to mean?" He's like, "Man, nothing. I'm going to take a piss." She goes, "Yeah, you do that." Like, just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So he walks off, and Ava's like, "What's his deal?" And Paul Walker's like, he doesn't trust anyone with a badge.
Yeah, Tyrese don't like no rats.
He said, when I was 2 months into being a cop, he got busted with 8 stolen cars, and he thought I had something to do with it, and I didn't, but he didn't believe me, doesn't believe me, and he just doesn't trust cops anymore. Doesn't trust anybody.
Which you shouldn't.
Yeah, they're sitting at a bar, and yeah, they shouldn't. They're sitting at Paul Walker and Eva Mendes are sitting at a bar, and like they're flirting back and forth, and she's kind of like, you can see her like touching his chest and like wiping something off his shirt. It's very flirty, very like,
and it's like
very chummy. And
why the fuck would you do that?
Vince Vaughn's brother is already at the club, and he's just like in his thing watching them do it, and he's like, he tells the waitress, like, send him over to me,
as if neither of them had the awareness.
Yeah, because like she thinks, oh, he's not here yet, but like it's his fucking club.
Yeah, he invited both y'all. Like,
so they all walk up. They go into his little VIP lounge area, and Vince Vaughn's brother immediately gets in Paul Walker's face. He goes, "She's beautiful, isn't she?" And Paul Walker goes, "Yeah, she's gorgeous." And he smiles. He goes, "You got balls. I can respect that."
Yeah. It's like the fucking main line that every evil character has. Like,
you got balls, kid.
You got balls.
You got balls, kid.
And it's either I respect it, I like that, or something, that's just like, I can relate. You got balls, I like that.
And then he starts talking about how women are always, getting in the way. Something women can do anything, kind of. Women can make men do crazy things.
Misogynistic bullshit.
And then he points at the bar. And there's this hot young blonde girl, and she's flirting with Bobby from Sons of Anarchy.
Yep.
And he's like, within 5 minutes, she's going to get the vice president of the Sons of Anarchy Redwood chapter.
Which is funny, though, because it's kind of true. It's like,
within 5 minutes, she's going to get him to do whatever she wants, and then they're getting up and leaving the bar together.
Yeah.
And he says, "I wonder where they're going." And then he sits down and he's talking with Tyrese. He's like, you set my guy's car on fire. He's like, "I got a problem with authority." And he goes, "Yeah, me too. Mine's with cops." And then just stares him in the eye. And he goes, "All right, let's go." Eva Mendes is like, "We just got here." He's like, "Let's go." They're all getting up. And fucking Tyrese, again, like you would think this is a fucking joke. But no, again, he goes, the guy has like cigar shit on the table in there. He goes to steal the guy's cutter again. And the guy like sees me like, "Fucking stop it. Come on."
Yeah.
I rewound it. I was like, did he really just fucking do that? Like, just again, like he's going to steal the car. He's like, what are you fucking doing? Come on.
Which I think it's funny because it's almost like the guy likes him for that. It's almost like the main.
No, it's like fucking little nephews fucking around. He's like, come on, we need to fucking go do stuff. Stop it. Stop it.
For some reason, I feel like he likes it. I feel like he's like, all right, well, I do need a hitter like that, but not against me, right? You motherfucker. Like, just like keeps checking on, like, hey, what you're doing is good. Just not to me.
Like slaps him on the hand. It's like,
not now.
Not now. Come on. So now they're in like some back room, and they see an ice bucket with a cloth over it and a blowtorch next to it. And he's like, what's all that about? And the guy's like, don't fucking worry about it. And then Bobby and the blonde chick come in, and Bobby sees...
I felt like the room was a little bright. For like a club kind of setting, even if it's like a back room, I felt like it was a little bright. Is that just me like overthinking things, or did it feel a little bright to you?
I ain't never been in no club back room. So
I have, and I don't remember being in fucking bright fluorescence.
Yeah. It seemed like a room.
Yeah.
You know, he wanted to turn the lights on. He wanted to...
True, yeah.
It's his fucking club. He's like, I need it bright in this room.
Yeah.
I'm about to do some wacky shit.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Yeah, true.
Bobby comes in. Bobby sees Vince Vaughn's brother, and the blonde chick leaves. Like, Vince Vaughn's brother's like, all right, you did good.
Yeah, and you could tell that from her demeanor and like the way she changes her character, like she was 100% in on it. She wasn't just like told.
Oh, she absolutely was.
Yeah, she wasn't just told like, oh, come back here and bring him back. Like she knew exactly what she was doing the whole time.
She knew it wasn't gonna be great.
Yeah,
I don't think there's no way they told her what they were gonna.
They're
about to do.
But
to
she
him.
knew her objective. She wasn't just told like, "Hey guys, come back here really quick."
Get her back here, and I'll relieve you.
Yeah,
and,
she
and,
knew.
And
to
her face
get
was
him.
like, ugh, like what a fucking disgusting fat man. Like,
thank God I'm doing
like
this.
that guy thought I was gonna fuck him. Or ugh,
God,
like that was. I was like, yeah, she's right. Like, it's fuck. Like how dumb is he to think like that's what was about to happen?
Yeah, she's like happy that what's about to happen.
She's a good. If anyone's seen Sons of Anarchy and you know Bobby, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Perfect guy for this.
Yeah, but like she's a hot young like early 20s blonde girl, and like the fact that he thought he was gonna go just fuck her in the back room of a club, like get the fuck out of here, Bobby. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
Who do you think you are?
So the blonde chick leaves, and we find out Bobby's a cop, and Vince Vaughn's brother's like, you got one last job for me, Bobby. And Bobby's like, I can't do it. And he's like, that's the wrong answer. So he has his two guys grab Bobby and hold him down on the table. And like they zip tie his wrist and they're holding it. They don't restrain his legs in any way.
Yeah.
Which,
maybe he's just too fat.
Like he doesn't try to pull the lower half of his body up at any point, but he could have.
Yeah.
He could have easily like gotten his legs up and like been mobile a little more, but they had his arms down
and
he
could have
completely stopped.
But
he could have fought this off to some degree.
Yeah.
They would have gotten him down eventually, but so they have him down on this table, and Vince Vaughn's brother pulls the cloth off of the ice bucket and pulls out just a huge rat. He's holding it by the tail, and this rat would have gotten out of the bucket. There's no way that cloth was keeping the rat in the bucket.
Oh, you mean like the bucket on top? There's no way that he would. The rat would
have
been
able. Like a. If you went to like a nice restaurant and they wrapped your not even a nice, you went to fucking Duffy's and they wrapped your silverware in the
bucket
thing.
Down onto his stomach because if they
we're not there yet. We're not there. He would have gotten. They would have gotten in that room and the cloth would have been off the top of the bucket and the rat would have been gone.
Oh yeah, like fast.
There's no like there was no one in that room. The rat's not staying. That could not have contained a rat for that long.
Rats are fucking crazy.
That rat is gone somewhere in that club. The health department's coming by and shutting them down because they got rats now.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. He pulls it out and he puts the rat on Bobby's stomach and then puts the bucket on top of the rat and tells him that
a rat can chew through like a fucking metal pipe.
And once the bucket gets hot enough, the rat will realize it has nowhere to go but down and it'll start digging. It's not, and like he starts blowtorching the bucket and he's like, it's not the screaming that you need to worry about. It's when the screaming stops. And then Vince Vaughn, he's like, it's your last chance. You control the cops that are watching my compound. I want a 15-minute window where the police aren't watching me. And Bobby's like, I can't do it.
Well, this dude is like freaking out.
Here's the thing: he hasn't started doing anything with the rat. When he says that, he's like, I can't do it. Like the rat is on his stomach. There's a bucket over the rat. You see him with the blowtorch. He explained what's about to happen, and he says, I can't do it. if I'm him in that scenario,
say it.
I'm just like, oh yeah, for sure, man. Whatever you need.
Whatever you
need.
And then when you leave, you can do whatever you want.
I say, whatever you need. I'm so sorry that I pushed you to the point where you felt this was necessary. It won't happen again, sir. That's how I handle that situation.
But the power he has, he knows that, like, I mean, the dude, and is he an FBI? Not FBI. What is he?
He's a Miami detective.
Yeah. He's got to know he's got enough power to, like, dude, the moment I get out of here, I can protect my family. I can do whatever.
Yeah, no, it's crazy of him to
try and, like, fight the fact.
To be like, I can't do it. So he's like, all right, wrong answer. He makes Eva Mendes come over and hold his mouth shut. And he starts blowtorching the bucket, and he starts screaming. The rats, they do, like, an inside thing, and you see the rat digging down and, like, biting. He's like, he's biting me!
He's biting me!
He's screaming, and
he's screaming and crying.
And then they stop, and Bobby agrees to do it. And then Vince Vaughn's brother tells him, he's like, if you betray me, I'm going to do this to your wife and your kids, and says all of their names.
Yeah.
And then they take the bucket off, and his stomach doesn't look that bad. Like
it really doesn't.
It's cut up and stuff. Like it didn't look great, but like it didn't look like
not to the point
he was
where
just tortured.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, by the way, real quick, they do a similar thing in Game of Thrones. The mountain is Game of Thrones stealing from Too Fast, Too Furious. Are you kidding me right now? What is this bullshit?
Well, maybe it's like an ancient fucking torture tradition or some bullshit that maybe Too Fast, Too Furious stole from.
Oh, now we're calling Too Fast, Too Furious liars. They invented this. Paul Walker said it was his idea. He came up with it.
No, it was Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel needs to take.
Vin Diesel wasn't a part of this movie.
No, exactly. That's why he needs to take anything he can get.
That
was my idea.
So they let Bobby go. Vince Vaughn's brother tells Paul Walker and Tyrese Gibson to be at Versailles Cafe at 6 a.m. day after tomorrow. And if they play games with him, they're next. He and Ava walk out of the room. He pushes Eva Mendes up against the wall, kisses her, and then says, if you ever touch another man again, I'll kill you.
Which is,
reasonable.
Yeah. Like,
no, it's not fucking reasonable. I'll kill you?
Every man needs to assert his dominance. Otherwise, like, how is there any stability in the relationship?
Back at Luda's shop, Tyrese Gibson's talking about how he doesn't trust Ava and how Brian's always with females. You're getting caught off guard, just like that trailer trash Tanya from back in the day. And Paul Walker's like, dude, you went out with her after I did. And Tyrese goes, I couldn't let that go to waste. just
Tyrese
wild.
knows what's up, you know?
They walk up on Luda, Jimmy, and the Asian girl. They're all playing poker. Jimmy's rapping and talking shit. He's like, you about to lose your shop. And then he shows his cards, and he's like, and he celebrates. He's like, yeah, give me that money. He like pulls the money out of the table. And then Luda goes, hey, not so fast. Look at that. Royal flush. Give me my... What are the odds?
And it's like,
what
always
are the
like
odds?
that
What
in a
are the
movie.
odds he got the best hand you could ever possibly get in poker?
Right after another amazing hand.
Yeah, after... We don't see what Jimmy had. But it was obviously good enough to where
Yeah.
Jimmy's like, I definitely won. Hit 4 of a kind. Or,
Yeah, something.
Or like a high full house.
Yeah.
Or maybe a straight flush.
It's got to be one or two things directly underneath a royal flush,
And
like,
he's like, obviously I won.
yeah.
And he's like, royal flush. Give me that money.
It's like,
This is
dude,
my
the
shop.
coincidence that happens in movies is ridiculous. It's happened in 007. It's happened in this. It's happened in probably any movie that even has one little scene of fucking poker.
So I haven't played poker in years. I used to play kind of all the time.
Never.
Not once have I seen someone get a royal flush.
Yeah.
I've
That's how
never
rare it
seen
is.
it.
Yeah.
But Luda got one. Luda got one when Jimmy thought he won.
I bet he was cheating.
I betcha.
I bet Luda...
Jimmy had like a queen high straight flush. And Luda's like, royal flush.
How am I going to pull this one?
Give me that money.
Yes.
Fucking Luda, man.
Ludicrous.
So they see that, and then Paul Walker's like, all right, I'm going to bed. And then the next... So I guess like their boats are near each other. Like Paul Walker's boat's near the shop, obviously.
Yeah, and I'm like, what?
So
I guess it makes sense. He's probably just like down.
It's on the water there. Yeah, Paul Walker lives on a boat. That's
but
just
they made
docked.
it seem when he was driving over in the beginning, like he had to go through like a 95.
No, you know what they did?
Yeah,
because I think the race started at the fucking shop there.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Yeah, but all right, maybe he moved his boat.
Yeah,
they just didn't show us that. He's like, I want to go dock at the shop now.
Yeah,
I want to be close to Tyrese.
Yeah, you're not told everything in a movie. Am I right?
Yeah. So it's the next morning, and Eva is on Paul Walker's boat, and she wakes him up, and she's like, hey, Vince Vaughn's brother's going to kill you and Tyrese Gibson after you do the job.
They're going to cap you right at the end.
Yeah, he's like, they're going to put a bullet in your head as soon as it's done. Then Tyrese comes on the boat. He's like, yo, Vince Vaughn's brother's boys are outside. And then he sees Eva Mendes and goes, oh, I see what they're looking for. Little girlfriend here. And Paul Walker sends Tyrese Gibson.
Well, she's like, oh, they have no idea I'm here. I just snuck out or some shit. Like, there's no way they can know I'm here.
He's like, well, obviously they followed you.
Yeah.
He sends, or no, obviously they followed you. And then Tyrese Gibson said, well, they just made a good guess.
Yeah.
Paul Walker sends Tyrese out to distract him, and he goes out, and he's just talking shit. He's like talking about, oh, you guys make money? You got all this fancy real Miami with all your clothes and stuff.
Yeah.
If I was making money, I'd get that damn mole removed from my nose.
Yeah.
One guy has a mole on his nose. Just talking crazy shit. Back on the boat, Eva Mendes tells Paul Walker, she goes, don't go on that run. It's not worth it. This isn't what you signed up for. Don't go on the run. And then they kiss on the mouth.
Yeah. As if there's been...
As if, like, that's been a thing going on. This is the first, like, they were kind of flirting at the club.
Yeah.
Now she's there, and they're mouth kissing. Like, it totally felt like kind of flirty at the club, whatever. You could let that slide. This feels like she's an undercover agent.
Did they make it seem like they had a relationship back in the day? Or, like, they were...
They met there. There was no backstory with those two together.
I thought there was something...
That was them meeting. They shook hands in the customs, like in the garage there when they got the car. And they were getting to know each other in the car after that.
Oh, okay.
There's no backstory with those two. But they kiss on the mouth.
Yeah,
now.
so that's why I'm like, what the fuck?
They kissed on the mouth here. And then Paul Walker, then like she goes towards the back of the boat. Paul Walker goes outside, and they kind of talk back and forth. And the guys get on the boat, and Tyrese's like, "Oh, come on the boat!" And they pull out their guns, and like, we're going on this fucking boat. And so one of the guys, the balder, bigger dude, goes on the boat, and he's looking through everything. The other guy stays out there with Paul Walker and Tyrese. And Eva Mendes is trying to find a way off the boat at this point, which is baffling to me. Paul Walker didn't give her like a, hey, here's how you get out.
Yeah.
Just like, all right, yeah, you'll figure it out. I'm gonna hurry out there and escalate the situation to where they now come on my boat
Faster. Yeah, and go through.
They don't find her. They like, there's like a big like door,
a sun thing, or whatever you call it.
Yeah, a door in the ceiling that she can get out through.
Mm-hmm.
We don't see her get out through that, but we see her see it. And then the guy opens the door to the bathroom where she is, and she's not in there.
She probably wouldn't have had the time to do that.
No, and it would have been loud. I'm sure it makes noise getting out of there.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and especially she's going to have to, like, pull herself up and out of that. Like, put both your feet on the fucking wall, try to shimmy up the thing. You know, like, it's going to...
She would have got caught.
And then, even then, where does she go? Because she's on a dock. So the only way off the boat is either the water or the dock. And the dock is just one straight path to where anyone can see you leaving that dock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you can hide on the other side of the boat or get in the water and hide there. But
I like to think that she gently got in the water and gently swam away.
There we go. She's been working. She does a lot of breath exercises.
Mm-hmm.
So
she can hold her breath.
She holds her breath for like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And just gets far away.
Chris Angel shit.
Then comes up. Yeah. Mind freak, baby.
Yeah.
Mind freak.
Mm-hmm.
The two guys are getting off the boat to leave. And then Tyrese escalates the situation for some reason. He's like, hey, don't ever let me catch you on my boy's fucking boat again. And push him, and the guy pulls out his gun.
He's had his gun out the whole time, fucking pointed at him.
Yeah, but like, so like that guy gets the gun up against Tyrese's head. Paul Walker has to deal with this fucking absolute liability in Tyrese Gibson.
Yeah.
But he gets the other guy's gun. He's pointing the gun at the other guy, and they're like screaming back and forth, like, drop the gun. No, you drop the gun. No, you drop the gun. And then Vince Vaughn's brother walks up. He's like, stop it. And then they all stop.
Which is like, that actually, I was actually a little surprised by that. I'm like, this dude must be so suspicious of them, which he doesn't really make it seem like that at all throughout like the beginning, you know, to where I'm sure him doing the illegal shit he's doing and everything and like the shit he's about to do, he's probably super busy planning a lot of shit, to the fact that where if he's going to be there in person, he's got to have a huge suspicion of these guys or his girl or something.
So it's not of them being cops. Like I don't think he suspects that yet.
No, yeah. I just mean for him to be there.
He thinks Eva's fucking Paul Walker.
Yeah.
Because Paul Walker's a beautiful man, and he saw them flirting at the club, and then she's gone the next morning.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right. I mean, yeah, it's totally understandable. It's super healthy to go and like be like, let's go find where this guy lives and see if my girl's
for
there.
hitmans.
You wanna show up and confront the guy and be like, is my fucking girl here? I know she's here. Let me look around. I know, like that's healthy.
Because that's power.
Good. Yeah, and that's good relationship practice.
It just shows how much strength you have.
And it shows how much you love her, that you're willing to put yourself in that situation. I'm all for it. I think Vince Vaughn's brother, that's the right thing to do. So he talks and he says, just so there's no funny business, his boys are going to be riding with those two tomorrow when they're there.
Which basically certifies what's her name told him. Told Paul Walker.
Yeah. Yes, Paul Walker's like, fuck. Back at the house, Eva Mendes is laying by the pool. Vince Vaughn Brothers walks up to her and goes, where were you? She goes, I was at breakfast with friends. He goes, breakfast with friends? And she goes, I do have friends.
Which is like funny because it's like, yeah, like you wouldn't think that she would have friends or something or anything else other to do with her life other than being at like your place.
But also like part of that, they live together. I'd be like,
he says at some point,
I would have said they've been there for a year.
Yeah, so he said 11 and a half months at some point.
I would have been like, I like breakfast. Were you not fucking inviting me? That's where I've been like, what the hell?
Then she probably would have been like, you know, it was one of our friends just invited us, so it was like a girls thing.
I would have been like, you fucking tell me before you.
If you're fucking Paul Walker, it's just like
if you're gonna go fucking anywhere, you tell me, all right? And I decide whether or not you get to go.
I got the fucking FBI on my back, you fucking...
No, I won't. None of that would have anything to do with it.
Oh.
I would say, I fucking own you.
Oh.
You tell me. You ask me, say, Daddy, I'm the Jared Fogle in this scenario. You say, Daddy, can I please go to breakfast?
I see where you are, David.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how that needs to be handled.
David Kinkmaster Brain over here.
Yeah.
Put them bitches in check.
So we're back wherever they meet with the people. And Paul Walker and Tyrese Gibson tell Detective Harry Morgan, Miami Metro Homicide.
Yep.
They tell him about what Eva Mendes told them. Black FBI agent is like, all right, well, going into an ambush was never part of the deal, so I'm calling it off. And Harry Morgan's like, the fuck you are?
They signed up for this.
He's like, this is a customs case, and I say we're sticking in it, and if these two try to pull off, I got enough shit to put them away for life. And they're like, fuck, man. Bullshit. So they go outside.
Well, he starts to, like, walk away, and he's like, he says something, and then the black dude is like, yeah, and you're going to keep them safe, right?
He said, we're going to be monitoring you the whole way so we know if you guys try to run. And he goes, and to make sure they're safe, right? And Harry Morgan goes, yeah.
And like,
right.
Walks out the building.
Yeah, right, yeah. That too.
Sure.
Yeah. So Harry Morgan leaves, and they're outside. And Tyrese Gibson is like, I think we need to steal that guy's money tomorrow while we're doing this. Like that. And you would think Paul Walker would be like, nah, dude, that's crazy. Paul Walker's like, yeah, they fucked with the wrong guys, didn't they? They fucked with the Barstow boys.
Yeah.
So, of course, he's got to come up with a plan. Who does he call?
Ludacris.
Of course he's calling Luda. They meet at some big garage, and Luda's like, I mean, if you want to do it, this is where you got to do it. I'm like, all right.
He's like, man, I got the streets, man.
So they're back at Luda's, like, the original garage now, and they're working on a bunch of cars. Paul Walker asks Jimmy if they have any half-empty bottles of nitrous lying around. And Jimmy says, yeah, of course. Which I don't know how nitrous works.
I don't know either.
I would think you don't have a bunch of yeah, of course we got half-empty bottles lying around. But he goes, of course, but I already loaded you spray. And he goes, yeah, no, I'm just thinking we might need to get rid of some, or it might get a little too crowded. And he's like, okay. I don't like and remind me to circle back here when more cars come into play.
Okay.
I don't like what they show here. And he goes, the cars might get too crowded. God bless you, Braden.
That's spray right there.
That's some spray. Cars might get a little too crowded, and then we go. Tyrese and Paul Walker are like standing on a dock. Beautiful sunset behind them. Tyrese is eating something.
And then he leans in and kisses.
Yeah, that'd be great. They make out. And Paul Walker's like asking him, he's like, what's the deal? Why are you always eating? He's like, man, I was in prison. I know how bad the food is, so I'm trying to eat as much as I can.
He's like, the way shit's
while
going.
I can. He's like, I might be going back to prison. He's like, I want to eat as much as I can
Yeah.
while I can. Plus, the doctor said I have a fast metabolism. Paul Walker tells him that if he could have done anything when he got busted, he would have. Tyrese asks if that's why he let Vin Diesel go in the first movie. And he's like, in the first movie, when you let Vin Diesel go at the end, he's like, is that why? He said those were verbatim. That was a quote. And he's like, yeah, man, I think that had a lot to do with it. And Tyrese Gibson...
Because I wasn't in the first movie.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. Tyrese tells Paul Walker that it's not his fault that he got busted. It's his own fault. Just Roman Pierce doing Roman Pierce things, riding by himself like always. And Paul Walker's like, not anymore, man. Not anymore. Like they fist pump like they're a team.
Too
There we
fast.
go.
Too fast.
It's the big day, and everyone's getting into position, and it's way too bright to be 6 a.m. And it's before 6 a.m. because they're not at the place. They're meeting at the place at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's bright out. Looks midday.
And that's what happens when any movie tries to shoot at sunrise or sunset, even though that's that magic hour for photography and shit. But it's so hard to shoot within that amount of time.
But it would have been so easy in this movie for them to just be like, meet there at 10 a.m.
No, exactly.
That would do not I would not have watched that and been like, why are they waiting so
and
late in the morning?
Change that.
Wake up
so
early
easily at any point.
Come on, Vince Vaughn's brother, wake up earlier.
Yeah.
Why are you doing 10? I'd just be like, all right, whatever. That's when they're meeting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think anything of it.
Sun fucking rises fast, and film takes a while.
So everyone's getting in position. Paul Walker asks Tyrese, he's like, you sure you're ready for this? And Tyrese says, guns, murderers, crooked cops. I was made for this.
No, yes, he was.
Great line.
Yeah.
And
then we see, what is that, SWAT, in the bushes?
We see them. They're outside some private plane.
Yeah.
We see Bobby, look at picture of his kids. We see the black FBI agent in like a war room type situation.
There's 6 ginormous TV screens in front of him. He has helicopter footage all over the place. Not yet?
Not yet.
Oh.
No. So he's just in a war room, and then we also see Vince Vaughn's brother and Eva Mendes loading up in the car. They're leaving. So it's just everyone the day's starting. They're doing it. Paul Walker and Tyrese Gibson, they're following Vince Vaughn's brother's boys to a trailer park. They get there. They knock on it. They have 2 sledgehammers. They knock on it. They go into a trailer.
I didn't really understand this part because there's a woman who is at the other trailer, and she's in position, basically. She's an FBI agent or something like that.
Yeah, so they know because she calls it Vince Vaughn's brother, whatever his character's name is, calls it his trailer park.
Did they have? Did I miss something where they?
They say we have movement at Vince Vaughn's brother's trailer park.
But did I miss something where they said they were going to have her set up there or something, or was it?
She was with Bobby from Sons of Anarchy. He's the head detective. And there's people monitoring all of that guy's shit.
Okay.
So they know he owns that trailer park.
Okay, yeah.
So they're let's have someone there.
I was wondering how she got in that position.
Yeah, she's there because they know he owns it.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got shit stashed there.
Yeah.
So they go in. One guy's about to hit a wall with a sledgehammer, and the guy stops him and pulls the picture off the wall first. Which
Respectful.
I like. Why ruin the picture?
Well, why make
this
shit
person,
more messy? You're gonna have glass on the floor, you know,
And so they smash the wall, and there's a bunch of money in there. So this guy was nice enough to let you guys store your money in the wall of his trailer. That the guy lived there.
Yeah.
Don't smash his painting too.
Yeah,
I like that. Take the art off the wall and take your money. The
I
guy didn't
respect
touch
that.
the money.
Yeah,
it was great.
That's a little good detail they added.
Yeah, they do that bunch of money. They load it in the back of the cars.
And the woman...
Bobby... No, so she's saying stuff, and Bobby's like, don't move until I tell you.
Yeah.
And then Bobby tells the cops to move in. Bobby...
Which he was the one... He was the one with the rat on his belly.
No one doesn't know that that's Bobby.
Oh, yeah, but what I'm saying is, obviously he didn't do what he was told.
No, he's fucking... Yeah. He's sticking... He's true blue.
Yep.
He's like, I'm not... That guy tortured me with a rat. I'm not fucking listening to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good on Bobby.
And did he know, like, what... what's his name? The main evil dude, like his intentions, like what his plan was. Did he know at all, like what he was trying to do?
I don't think so. I think
okay.
I think he tells him as little as possible, and he's like, just I need this window.
Yeah,
give me that window, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do in that window. I assume that's
and do
how
we
it works
know?
With cops on the take.
Do we know yet exactly what the main evil character is doing?
No.
Okay.
No,
because I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah. So Tyrese Gibson sees the cops coming in and goes up to the Vince Vaughn's brothers' boys were driving like a Dodge Durango SUV.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes up, puts a rock on the gas pedal, starts the car, puts it in drive, and the car just goes in, crashes into the cops, and they go out the other way.
And the two dudes that were with them were like, man, what is he doing? It's like, don't question Tyrese. He knows what the fuck he's doing.
Well, Tyrese, his girlfriend sniffed his dick and couldn't smell pussy on it.
He knows what the
fuck
he's
he's
doing.
So he was in the clear. He knows how to deal.
Yeah, he's the finesser.
Dude, it's Tyrese Gibson.
Yeah.
So they're driving off, and the cops are chasing them. The guy in Paul Walker's car is freaking out the whole time. He's like, what are you doing? You're crazy, man. And Paul Walker goes, shut up.
Yeah. Yeah, just
like,
screams, shut up at him.
And like Paul Walker is watching Tyrese.
He's like, keep up.
Yeah, the whole time he's just commenting on. He's like, oh, good driving, Rome. Good drive. Like just like commenting on Tyrese Gibson the whole time. It's wild.
Yeah.
Helicopters. They shoot that claw thing into Paul Walker's car. Helicopter, like there's cops on the side of it. They shoot the claw thing into the side of Paul Walker.
But the claw doesn't fully engage. 2/3 of it engages.
And I hate when that happens. You know?
Yeah.
I hate when you don't fully engage.
Yeah.
Paul Walker has the guy in his car hold the wheel, and the guy doesn't want to. He's like, I can't drive. He's like, hold the fucking wheel.
Yeah. He's like, hold it steady.
And Paul Walker rips the claw out and throws it at a cop car in front. Right, it engages. It fully engages, and then he rips it out.
So full of fucking shit, dude. And, you're not going to throw it.
And then javelin throws it and hits a cop car. The cop car sputters out.
As if that's going to, like, shoot into the cop car. As if, like, you shot it from a gun. And Paul Walker just throws as hard as a gun can shoot.
It's wild. It sticks into the hood. The cop car sputters out. A bunch of cars crash.
And he freaks out. He's like, yeah.
So now they're driving. They get off the exit. Paul Walker, there's some driving like through the city. Paul Walker and Tyrese lead everyone to this garage. Well, there's a shit
ton of more cops now, too.
Tons of cops. Customs have a helicopter out there now, and now the black guy is watching the screens from the helicopters. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is where, during these, like, where are you?
And he's like, what are you going to do?
What are they doing?
Yeah.
So they lead everyone to the big garage where they met Luda at earlier.
It's just like South Park's fucking detectives. What are they doing?
I got the mayor up my ass and so they lead everyone to the garage, and there's a big standoff. It's tense. Garage is open, and these big trucks come out and just start smashing into the cop cars.
Oh, but they soak it up, though. So, like, they go in, they close the doors. They're in this ginormous garage. There's a bunch of big garage doors. And, like, now there's 30 cop cars that pull in, and they're like, we got them surrounded. And there's, like, the helicopter, and then he's like, what are you guys gonna do? And all of a sudden, yep, they open up all the garage doors. A bunch of semi-trucks come out.
No!
Yeah.
It's not semi-trucks.
Not semi-trucks, my bad. They're what would
like
you call
Ford F-150s.
No, they're bigger.
But they're big. They're jacked up, but it's not, it's jacked up trucks.
Yeah.
It's not semi-trucks.
Yeah, not semi-trucks.
Not one Peterbilt came out of that garage.
No, you're right. But they're not regular trucks. They're fucking built. And they push
Ford tough.
Yes. Mm-hmm. David's right. And they push all of the cop cars back, and that gives, like, room for all the other smaller cars to kind of, like,
100 cars are
literally
in the garage there, and they just start coming out one after the other.
Literally. And
they're driving. So like the black and the Spanish guy from the first race are there.
they're saying cool, slick
Yeah.
shit, like yeehaw!
Yeah, like everyone's driving shit and they're going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Paul Walker, we don't see what he's in, but we see his mouth, and he just goes, "All right, let's break off on the thing." And then everyone starts leaving, and they're driving all over the place. And the cops, the customs, like they're tracking the
main
purple and the green
helicopters
car.
following.
So they're tracking that in the thing. So
Yeah.
the FBI agent from the first movie tells him, he's like, "Oh, they're heading here. Go get them." And then the Miami Police Department, they see the customs helicopters following 2 cars. So they're like, follow the customs helicopter over there. So now everyone's following those cars. They trap them. They corner them over in a thing. The Asian girl steps out of Tyrese's car. Ludacris steps out of Paul Walker's car and goes, fellas, I know my tags are out of date, but damn.
And I love the shot they had, too, because they, like, really soaked up them stepping out the car.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know who's going to step out.
Yeah. But what I didn't like, so next we see Paul Walker and his dude are in Fonzie's car. Tyrese and his dude are in Fabio's car, and the money's in the trunk. What I didn't like earlier is Paul Walker is pointing at Fonzie's car when he's saying this earlier. Which, like, yeah, you could guess, you could piece together that they were going to use those cars to get away. Mm-hmm. Obviously, those cars were going to come into play later. Don't completely give it away there, though.
Yeah.
Don't show them point at this car and say, hey, we need half-empty things of Nas because our cars might get too crowded. And then it's like, okay, well, they're going to switch cars later.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
You could have guessed it, but I don't like how they completely give it away.
Yeah, maybe just not have the cars in the shot. Maybe say, like, just to the dude, like, hey, do you have any extra NOS around? We might need it.
Yeah, in case our car. Yeah, don't point at.
And, like, tap on the car.
Don't point at the blue Mustang. You're like, oh, he's going to be driving the blue Mustang later.
No,
okay.
yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Which, like I said, obviously at some point he was going to be driving that.
It's definitely that's definitely more important for the viewers.
They didn't race for pink slips just to have those cool cars.
Yeah.
Like they were going to use them later. Mm-hmm. But don't show us.
Exactly, yeah.
So Luda is talking on a walkie-talkie while he's being questioned by the police
Which
with
makes
Paul
no
Walker.
Fucking sense at all.
And he's like, you owe me one. And then the Asian girl like nudges him. He goes, yeah, Suki. Her name's Suki. Which in The Office, when they're interviewing Nellie for manager, she's talking about the way she would run the office. And she's like, I'll have a lady in the break room. We'll have a lady. Suki is her name, and she will administer massage in the break room. Like, so that's this girl's name in the movie. I forgot about that.
That is wild.
They don't hire Nelly at that point.
Because who needs Nelly when you got Ludacris? Am I right?
Luda's not in The Office.
Oh, I thought you meant hiring Nelly.
No. Nelly is the name of the character in The Office. A British redhead lady.
Oh, I thought you meant actual Nelly, like the rapper.
No, I could see why you'd get mixed up with that. Yeah. But no way he's sitting there talking on a walkie-talkie. They're like, oh, that's the guy we actually want? You're going to go to prison for very long unless you tell us where you like.
Yeah.
They're not just cool with him walkie-talkieing him.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm like,
they're going to question the fuck out of him.
Yeah, like if you don't tell us now, then there's, I don't know the exact verbiage of like what law you're breaking, but yeah, you can't conspire with these fucking thieves while you're in fucking.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Paul Walker then on the walkie-talkie tells Tyrese Gibson, looks like we just have one trick left. And
maybe pre 9/11 were different times. I don't know.
This was post 9/11. You keep saying pre 9/11. This movie came out years after.
But for the vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like the vibe they're going
for. And then we find out what that trick is. Tyrese Gibson's like talking with Fabio. Not Fabio. This was his guy. But we don't know his name. One of the henchmen. And he unbuckles his seatbelt, smashes his face on the dash, and hits a button. The door flies out, and then the guy's seat flies out.
Yeah.
Do you know what Tyrese yells? Because I'll give you this line. Come on, dude. Tyrese yells, "Ejectocito, cuss!" Which is great. And then hops on and tells Paul Walker, he's like, we're free and clear. your time to shine, baby. He says, so like, he says something weird where the guy in the passenger seat,
It could be
Paul
a little
Walker,
suspicious.
Paul Walker should have been like, the fuck's he talking about?
Yeah, it was
But
not deliberate enough to where the dude would know.
he
but
doesn't say, I kicked that dude out of the car.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
gone.
But I felt like it could be a little suspicious, you know?
You question something. And Paul Walker.
Because that guy's supposed to be following, I thought, you guys. I thought they were supposed to be going.
They were following him. I guess he
Yeah.
slowed down some.
Yeah.
But, and then Paul Walker's going to do it to the guy, and the guy says, get off at Tarpon Point. And Paul Walker goes, there's no airstrip at Tarpon Point. And the guy says, who said anything about an airstrip? So now Paul Walker's like, fuck. That's not good. Harry Morgan and his crew run up to the Navigator that's at the... So, like, they thought they saw Vince Vaughn's brother's Navigator pull up to his private jet. They run up to the Navigator. Nobody in it. Just the driver.
Yeah.
They're like, he's not here. Fuck, he's not here. Paul Walker gets on the walkie-talkie because Tyrese showed up wherever they were going. Mm-hmm. And he's like, where are you? He's like, yeah, there's a change of plans. We're going to this place off Tarpon Point.
Yeah.
He goes, what do you mean? He goes, like I said, there's a change of plans. He hangs up. So Vin Diesel's like, oh, man, he's not coming. Jimmy was there. Jimmy was there waiting for him.
You said Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel. Tyrese Gibson's like, Jimmy was there. He's like, what's going on? He's like, Brian's not coming.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. See that, like, all those lines, the way Tyrese delivered them, just made me more hyped.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
He was fucking great. Paul Walker pulls up to where this huge yacht that Vince Vaughn's brother's at. He pulls up to where that's docked. And there's people pointing AKs at him immediately. Vince Vaughn's brother's holding a shotgun with one hand, which is the best way to hold a shotgun.
100%.
Like, if you're going to look, it's not practical. You're going to fuck yourself up.
Yep.
But if you want to look badass,
That's how you got to do it.
one hand a shotgun 10 times out of 10. And he's pointing, he gets him out, and he's like, do you know anything about the police raiding my plane? He's like, no, I don't know anything about it. He goes, huh. It's funny, because I only told one person about the airstrip, and then looks at Ava Mendez, which fucking classic. Just classic. Just tell her and see what happens.
Yeah.
Great. And then he says, they sure are making federal agents cuter, huh? And then he goes, put her on the fucking boat.
Yeah. Which is, like...
He asks where his other money is, and he says it's coming. It's in the other car. He's behind us. And then Vince Vaughn's brother's like, well, I'm not waiting for it. And then just goes and gets on the boat. So he is willing to leave without half of his money.
I'm sure he's got more money than just that cash.
Those are 3 duffel bags full of money.
But I think what's more important is his freedom.
They are big duffel bags.
Yeah.
And they're full of money.
Yeah.
And he's just like, whatever, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'd like not even a little frustrated about it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, so much fucking money. I imagine a full duffel bag full of cash. It's got to be like $1 million.
I mean, he's no Pablo Escobar,
yeah. So let's say it's $3 million, and he's just like.
But I think Pablo Escobar was losing up to like $1 billion in cash a year just because of like rats eating the money and just like storing it under and like losing it and just like a bunch of other like random things like that. I'm sure if you're like I'm sure this dude's probably richer than those duffel bags. It's kind of like what I'm getting to, and his freedom is probably worth more than like maybe $10 million or some shit.
Yeah, it's still a lot of money.
No, yeah, 100%.
So they go and they get on the boat, and he tells his guys, like, take care of Paul Walker over there. So Paul Walker gets in his car. They pull over. His boy's pointing the gun at him, and he's like, I actually like you, man, but I have to kill you. It's my job. And then Paul Walker starts hitting the ejecto-cedo button, but it doesn't work. It's like, what's that? What is that? And then you hear on the walkie-talkie, it's Barstow, baby! Shit's about to get ugly! Tyrese just comes flying in, crashes into some of the cars. Paul Walker, like, hits the gun up, and they're fighting.
It's shooting, too.
Tyrese gets out, he fucks up the dude in the one car.
They're on the boat, and they hear the gunshots, so they're like, let's go.
Yeah, because the guy's trying to shoot Paul Walker, and he's, like, shooting out the windshield. Tyrese goes over...
Oh, and they just start beating the
he knocks
shit
out the
out
one
of this
guy.
dude.
They kick him way too many times.
Yeah,
like,
the dude is like out, and they're just like, fuck it. And they just start
and like Tyrese pulls Paul Walker off him and kicks him.
Yeah,
and then
he's
Paul
like,
Walker
oh, stop. And then he starts
Paul
fucking
Walker,
kicking him.
like it's fucking wild how
I
they
actually
do
love
it.
that part, yeah.
And then they run over to where the boat is, but it's already going. Vince Vaughn's brother waves at him. You see Eva Mendes up there. So they
do the most ridiculous thing.
They hop in Paul Walker's car. They kick the windshield out, and then they start driving. And Tyrese goes, "How boat, car, boat? Tell me you're not going to do what I think you're going to do." And he goes, "Put your seatbelt on. You with me? You got my back?" He's like, "I got your back."
He's like, "We're doing
puts
some
it on.
fucking Duke Starsky and Hush."
Dukes of Hazzard shit.
Yeah, Dukes of Hazzard shit, yeah.
So they run over, and it doesn't look like a thing you could really jump off of.
Fuck no, dude.
At all.
You're running... it's like a little bit of like dirt that goes up slightly, like an incline of like a dirt mound kind of thing. Dude, you're running straight into that fucking dirt, bro. Like, you're not going up and off of it.
But he does. He jumps, and they land on the boat. And when they show the front of the car, the land is way too far away.
Way too far away.
So, like, the boat...
How high the car went to?
The boat does not look super far away when they do the jump. But once they're on the boat, you look, and the land looks like it's like a quarter mile away. You're like, oh, there's no way he's doing that.
It's like, I would say it's at least 300 feet away.
Like, it is really far.
And this is a yacht, so it's like a 3-story yacht,
jump.
and like they land on the top of the yacht, like on the third fucking floor of the yacht, and it's like, dude, you're not getting that high, and you're not landing it so perfectly that it like fucking fits right in.
I mean, Paul Walker is, man. I don't know what to tell you. Paul Walker is, and he did.
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn's brother saw the car coming and like went down for a second, and then comes up and he has the shotgun. Tyrese's arm is broken. He can't use the gun. He hands it to Paul Walker because you can't let Tyrese be the real savior of the movie. It's got to be Paul Walker.
Yeah.
Paul Walker shoots the dude in the shoulder. He falls down. He goes to reach for the gun. Eva Mendes knocks his hand out of the way and pulls the gun out, has it on him. So that's everyone like, you okay? You okay?
I thought there was other people on the boat though.
Like it looked like the boat driver.
I thought there was like 3 other people though that went with him, other than like the 2 guys.
There was only one other. The other guy who put Eva Mendes, who at one point took Eva Mendes down, because Vince Vaughn's brother was like, "Fuck, I trusted you."
You would think though that if you're that dude, you're the main evil character, you would make sure you'd have more people on the boat to like protect you. I feel like, you know.
He doesn't have trust issues. He feels comfortable and secure. Yeah, probably. You would, but also, it's a big yacht. Like he's driving it. Like
you're pulling up with a shotgun. Like,
but also, no, because I'm sticking on. Don't you change the subject? I'm sticking to what you were talking about. I'm joining in your conversation. You're like, let's stop. I want to talk about the shotgun real quick. It's a big fucking yacht.
Yeah,
he was have a fucking crew run the yacht.
Yeah.
It's not like an easy, like, oh, I'll just drive it to wherever we're going and shit. Like, you could, I guess.
Be hard.
But it's not an easy swing. Like, you get some fucking people working on that yacht with you.
Yeah.
But he didn't, apparently.
And another thing was him pulling up with that shotgun. I'm like, dude, how are you gonna pull up to the dudes who just crashed into your boat, and you're slower with your fucking finger on the trigger.
Yeah.
You're slower to pull that trigger than Paul Walker getting the gun from Tyrese and turning around and shooting you.
Yeah, it's silly.
Yeah,
silly.
I mean, it could happen.
And just how quick that standoff was.
Very. Yeah.
Immediately, boom in the shoulder. Eva Mendes has a shotgun. Over.
Done.
So now they're pulling up to the yacht, to the dock. Apparently, Paul Walker knows how to drive a yacht too.
Yeah,
because he's driving it. Like,
yeah,
he's got it. They're good.
I know exactly how to dock a super yacht.
Docks it perfectly. It's great. Like crazy.
And if that's his boat, fucking just crash it. You know, like, well, not
you
over the top.
Want to be able to get off. Yeah.
But like to the point where you could get off. Like, not like you're fucking yourself up, but just like,
it's a nice boat.
Ramming
Customs is going to get to have. Customs doesn't want you crashing that. That's their boat now. Like, hey, take it easy. Take it fucking easy, man. Come on.
I just crashed my car through the fucking back of it.
Harry Morgan's talking with them after, and he's like, so there were only 3 bags? And Tyrese Gibson goes, our records are clean? And he goes, yeah, you held up your end of the deal. You guys are clean. You're good. And then Tyrese goes and opens the trunk of his car, because why would they have checked Tyrese's car?
Yeah.
They just take his word for it. He goes, maybe there were 6 bags. And throws 3 more duffel bags out. And Harry Morgan smiles and goes, Agent Dunn, got some more evidence for you over here. And he shakes Tyrese's left hand because his right arm's in a sling.
Yeah.
And then shakes hands with Paul Walker and walks off. Paul Walker and Tyrese Gibson have like a goodbye with Eva Mendes and the FBI guy from the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Eva Mendes is like, so do you trust me now? To Tyrese, like, I guess so. And then she shakes his bad arm, and he's like, ah. And she's like, ooh, sorry. Like, sexy about it, though. Like,
Yeah, I would have said no. Why? Because I got trust issues, David.
Yeah, you would have. Like,
Yeah.
no, I don't trust you. You were with him for like a year. I don't know. You could have set this whole thing up and just got lucky.
Yeah, just fucking you just make it out with Paul Walker trying to dictate what we should be doing.
Yeah, no, I don't trust you. That
You're a
didn't happen.
succubus. You know that? You're just sucking the energy out of Paul Walker. That's what I would have said.
That did not happen, though. They say their goodbyes, and there's some sexual tension between Paul Walker and Eva Mendes.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. Like,
kidding.
they kind of
Yeah,
give each other
obviously.
some looks, and then she walks off. Paul Walker and Tyrese Gibson are walking away, and Paul Walker is like, we should open a garage together, man. Tyrese goes, garage? How are we going to do that? And Paul Walker says, he like looks around and goes, pockets ain't empty, cuh. He says, cuh again. And then Tyrese says, and we ain't hungry no more, bruh.
And then lifts up his fucking shirt, and you see a bunch of, wads of money just on his waistline, in his pockets.
Yeah, just stacks of money that he kind of stashed in himself, and they laugh, and the credits roll.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah.
Not a good movie, guys. Not a good movie. It's very silly, very like maybe. I don't know, it's probably better than Tokyo Drift.
I think what they did right was the like overall feel of like the film.
Friendship.
Yeah, friendship. But like when it came to the aesthetics of the clothing, the cars, some of the sound effects and the music and stuff, like it made you feel like you were in this type of movie. If that makes sense. Like you felt like you were in the universe of like Too Fast, Too Furious. Now I feel like I don't even get that as much.
Now the movies are so like, and it's like I said in the beginning, like this wasn't as good as the first one.
But the first one, it made you feel like that.
First one was silly at times, but first one, like, I think it's an all right movie.
Well, I think the first and second one, they're realistic to an extent to where they're not.
So like that's where first one's somewhat realistic. I believe like they're stealing DVD players off semi trucks. Like I believe most of the shit that happens in the first one can happen.
Mm-hmm.
This one wasn't as over the top crazy action as we're getting now.
Oh yeah,
when it's just like they're dropping tanks out of the sky and
magnetic
shit.
fucking cars and shit.
It's fucking wild what's going on now in the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh, because you could just drive off a cliff and get hooked from like some metal fucking hook to your car and then swing from one mountain to another.
Like that's the silly, but like they're like whatever. We're gonna start making over the top crazy action movies.
Yeah,
that's fine. I can get on board with that. This was like somewhere in the middle, and it sucked.
I liked it.
No, you didn't.
I give it a 6.3.
Dude, that's a D-.
But what I'm saying,
dude,
though, is
that is a fucking. You can't say I liked it, and I gave it a D-.
Well, there's reasons because, like what you're saying, the whole overall.
No, hold. You can't say you liked. I don't care what your reason. You can't say you liked it if you give it a D-.
I did like it.
You need to raise your grade then.
No. So let me explain. So like. I liked it because of the overall feel. It's a fun movie, but like when it comes to like a very outstanding script where the whole storyline is super well done, and like you don't see anything coming before it happens, type shit. Like this was very predictable, but it was fun. Like they did well for what it was with like honing in on these like aesthetics and other things that to make you feel like into the universe of Too Fast, Too Furious. Like that's what I felt. I felt like today they don't do that. I felt like today I'm just watching an action film that has ridiculous shit in it that's not realistic at all. I feel like when I'm watching this, like I'm actually in that world, and that these people actually do and live this kind of life and stuff like that. And I'm not just watching some ridiculous action bullshit.
Yeah, no, you gave it a D-, so you didn't like it.
No, I liked it. Yeah. bro, you got to give room to, compared to like other movies. Like if I give this more than what I did, then I'm not giving the respect to some other movies to the degree that I should. I feel like. So I like the movie, but I can't have it that much higher because then it's gonna contradict some of my other ratings. I feel like.
You gave it a D. I don't want to hear you say you liked it. It was fun. You could say all that stuff, but you didn't. You gave it a D.
I liked it.
Then you're a shit person.
You liked it.
Who sets the bar way too low for things in their life.
You gave it a 4.3.
Yeah.
And you chose the movie, so obviously you liked it.
I didn't like it. I thought it would be fun to do a podcast about it, and I had a blast today. This was a lot of fun. This was great. I didn't like it by any means, though.
You didn't like the movie at all?
No.
What?
No, so like it was fun, all that stuff. I didn't like it. I didn't think it was good. If someone like tomorrow was like, "Hey, Dave, let's watch Too Fast, Too Furious," I'm gonna be like, "Nah, I'm gonna do anything else."
You didn't enjoy it.
No.
Wow.
No.
I had fun watching it, which means I liked it.
I knew it was gonna be fun talking about it.
Okay.
And that's why I picked it.
I honestly,
because I knew Paul Walker would say "cuh" a few times, and Tyrese Gibson was gonna be weird.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Tyrese Gibson. Like I really do think that if it wasn't for Tyrese Gibson, this movie would not have been what it is. Like honestly, like he had such a good contrast to Paul Walker that they fed off each other in such a great way that I don't think Paul Walker would have standed out as much as he did if it wasn't for Tyrese, and I don't think like even the other bad characters wouldn't have. Like I felt like Tyrese really made the movie.
I feel like it was Suki.
Yeah.
Without her, this movie would have been nothing. All right, guys, and next week, we got my brother Brian Breen suggested a movie. My brother Michael also suggested a movie, and I told him he kept like verbally saying it, and I just kept saying, "You gotta submit it in writing."
Yeah, if it's not submitted in writing, it's
gotta submit it in writing, and he never did. So, suck it, Mike. Next week, we're gonna be doing Foxcatcher, starring Steve Carell. I've never seen this movie.
I've seen it.
Braden's seen it. If you guys want to watch it before we do it, it's available on Vudu, Amazon Prime Video. You can rent it for $2.99. Or, if you're rich, you want to spend a little more, you can rent it on YouTube.
And pockets deep.
Your pockets ain't nervous, but our pockets are empty. We hungry.
Yeah, we hungry.
You can rent it on YouTube, Google Play, or Apple TV for $3.99.
Look at that.
Yeah, so guys, next week, Foxcatcher. Then we jump back in. Braden will have a suggestion for the following. Not suggestion.
Unless someone else jumps, because we follow the order.
Yeah. We're jumping back on you, then me, then the listener.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I guess occasionally if a listener submits one, we're like, oh, we
got so many submissions, you know,
like something happens, like I mean, like Will Smith beats Jaden Smith to death, and someone's like, we want you to do The Pursuit of Happiness. Like, we'll just jump in and we'll do that movie because it's Will Smith, and it's all about Will Smith being a great father to his son, blah, blah, blah. But, like, if he beats his son to death,
you can't miss that
in
opportunity.
real life, and someone's like, you got to do this, we're going to strike while the iron's hot.
For sure.
Don't you get me wrong, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, guys, Foxcatcher next week. Check it out if you want to. And, guys, if you're listening to this and you haven't downloaded it, go ahead and hit that download button. And if you haven't subscribed to our podcast, hit subscribe. Helps us out a lot. Get those numbers up. Get us that Subway money.
Yeah, please. We really appreciate it.
And guys, if you do want to submit a movie, you can send it to our Gmail. That's 56kings@gmail.com. FIVESIXKING @gmail.com. Or you can DM us on Instagram @56kings. Again, it's FIVESIXKING
S.
FIVEKING FIVESIX.
That's what I say. You missed that.
KINGS.
S. My bad.
You fucking asshole. You're throwing us all off. We're going to end on a low note because of you. This was gold until now. But, guys, thank you so much for listening. Guys, we hit 500 downloads last weekend.
Fuck yes.
That baffles me. It just fucking baffles me that that's a thing. There were 21 episodes in. Thank you guys for
And
listening.
soon, because of that, Subway's going to get the fucking pitcher.
Subway, they'll get it.
Yeah.
They'll get it, or I'll give them a new TikTok video, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
But guys, thank you for listening. Check us out next week. We're back at it. We're back at it on a Monday because we do this show
Every motherfucking Monday.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Peace out.
Bitch, I'm from Palm Beach County. That's where I'm